talented kid, and it's about time he starts playing like it. You can be not cool or just not very aggressive and be kind of cool and go out there and get points. But if you're not going to get any points or rebounds, then you better be aggressive.
Flip the switch.
Yeah, it's time for him.
Yeah.
He's too talented to be playing the way he's been playing.
Does he need a little bit of an edge like Laver shows?
Well, he needs to sit his butt on the bench pretty soon,
too.
you know, because that's the one thing you can threaten these guys with is playing time. So
Yes.
he's a very talented kid. I've given him a long leash, but I'm going to have a little talk with him today, and it's about time that he's got to start playing.
With Casey Benson, he played upwards of 37 minutes last game.
Yeah, he's not going to play that much. Him and Josh, I'm going to get them out earlier. As I said, we're going to concentrate on defense. Casey's going to be fine. We're still trying to figure it out with him. He's got to move just like Josh. He's got to move the basketball when he doesn't have it. He's got to shoot it when he's open, make the pass, and then get back and play really good defense. If we sit there and worry about how I'm going to score, what do I need to get my shot off, we're not going to be very good. So just let the energy find you defensively, get out, get some steals, get some stops, and then we'll go out and score.
We saw a lot of flow, San Diego. Do you want to see that style with your team as far as ball movement?
Well, I mean, we have all the same stuff. There wasn't a tremendous lot of flow from their guys. You watch the last, 10 minutes of the game. They made tough shots. We missed easy shots. You know, everything looks great when the ball goes in the basket. Oh, they had flow. You watch the tape. They made really hard shots. We missed really easy shots. So yeah, so we got to move the ball, and we do. I tell our guys all the time, you can't stick. You got to move the ball. You either shoot it, drive it, or move it. And sometimes it sticks with our guys too much. We don't get to the second or third options, which we have. But it comes down to making shots. We get so many wide open threes, so many wide open shots, and we're just not making them. And that's why I said I'm not worried about the offensive end now. Let's go play defense, free up your mind, get some stops.
You've got Riverside coming in. A year ago, you didn't have Josh at Riverside. You came away with a real tough loss. They've got a 6'10" guy in Larson that's a senior that leads the team in scoring along with Martin and Chance Murray. These are
they
guys.
can. They don't shoot the ball real well. They can go big. They got a 6'10" and a 7. They play together. When they do that, they'll play a 2-3 zone. Defensively, they're really good. They hold their opponents to about 40%. So we're gonna have to do a good job of that. But like I said, I'm not worried about scoring. We got to go out there and offensively, they've been struggling a little bit. They haven't shot the ball well from 2 or from 3. So we just got to lock in and go after it when we can. And they gave us 20 last year, and they won like 6 or 7 games, and we were never in the game at Riverside. So our guys understand that if we don't play well, we'll lose.
You guys are definitely fired up.
Well, I'm fired up. I hope they are.
Yeah, well, we shall see, right?
Yeah.
Thanks to head coach Dan Marley as the Lopes pregame show continues from GCU Arena on this Saturday evening. The GCU women's volleyball team recently completed their second season under head coach Tim Nolan. Nolan took time out to talk with me and fills us in on what to expect from his squad in the future when we come back.
The Grand Canyon University Championship Golf Course features over 7,200 yards of tees and tree-lined fairways, signature par 3s, greenside bunkers, and a 22,000 square foot clubhouse. The Lope House restaurant, serving modern American cuisine, is open to the public 7 days a week. Come experience the best golf and dining destination in the heart of Phoenix. Book your tee times at gcugolf.com.
Hey Phoenix, it's Thunder Dan Marley, head coach at Grand Canyon University. Coming to GCU was a great move for me. Join Antelope Nation by enrolling as an evening student at our beautiful campus in the heart of Phoenix. Earn your bachelor's, master's, or doctoral degree to take your career to the next level. Engage with industry expert instructors in small classroom settings where you can get the support you need to excel. Scholarships available. See you on campus. Go Lopes.
Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Visit gcu.edu/evening.
Welcome back to the Lopes pregame show. If you're not here having a party at GCU Arena, well, you can still be a part of the action by following us on Twitter or Instagram using the hashtag LopesRising. And who knows, your tweet just might appear on the bottom of a screen just like the ones going by right now, and you could be a part of the broadcast. I'm Kate Longworth. Welcome back to the Lopes pregame show here at GCU Arena, where things are just starting to get warmed up behind me. We're counting you down to tip-off. Havocs are back in the house, and, well, we're going to talk about the basketball court and what's happening out there in just a few minutes. So first, let's switch gears over to the volleyball court, where Tim Nolan has finished his second full season as head coach of the women's volleyball team. But he set his sights on bigger and better for the future, and he sat down with our very own Barry to lay it all out.
Barry Butel alongside the head coach of women's volleyball here at Grand Canyon University, Tim Nolan. And Tim, let's begin. 2 seasons here at Grand Canyon University. Your thoughts after it's all over?
You know, it's been an incredible journey so far. We're building a program here that I think we can all be very proud of. We've had some successes along the way, and we continue to build our culture and our team accomplishments. You
talk about culture. That takes a little while, doesn't it?
It does. It's something that you don't just turn overnight. You know, it's we talk about expectations and how we act, from how we travel to how we study to how we approach the classroom to everything we do in every facet of the game. And it's a process. We've had some great buy-in though, but we've really made some significant improvements.
And in attendance apparently as well, you've stepped up.
Yes, you know, we're really excited about that. We finished about top 50 nationally in attendance, a huge jump for us, and next year I'm looking to make even bigger leaps there.
And you made that transition from here at Antelope Gym into GCU Arena. What was that like, playing inside that arena?
You know, playing in the arena is really special. The atmosphere there is great. You have all the glitz and the glamour and the Jumbotron, and you know, you have the band right there, and it's a really special place, and the student body here at Grand Canyon is really what makes it. I mean, we could play anywhere if I could bring them with us. I'd play anywhere. They're just a special group, and the band and the dance and cheer, and everyone comes out to support. And being in the arena, I think, really validates our program and why we're here. And we're here to play for the student body, and so they come out and support.
And you got a couple of great freshmen. Claire Kavinsky named WAC Freshman Player of the Year. Tegan DeFalco, also a freshman, first team all-freshman team in the Western Athletic Conference. That's not a bad start there with a couple of young players.
No, those were great recognition for those two, and you know, we talk all the time to them about it. It's not just their award; they share that with the team and the group and the upperclassmen that helped them get there. But also their hard work. You know, it's nice for people to get recognized for their accomplishments and their efforts they put out on the court.
And I know it's just not you at the helm of the women's volleyball team. You've got a great support staff. Can you talk a little bit about them?
Sure. You know, we do have a great staff, and they work real hard. You know, Ari Smith is our recruiting coordinator, and she's out, you know, the far corners of the country finding the talent and making inroads. And you know, we have great technical support and video support, and we have a great crew, and we're really proud of what they're doing and how they're helping us out.
And we wish the ladies on the court the best of luck moving forward. Meanwhile, in the now, it's all about the men's basketball team on the basketball court. We're counting you down the tip-off, and we'll be right back after this with Coro's Corner. Details are up next.
Finding the right college isn't always simple. The choices I make today affect where I'll be tomorrow. That's why I chose Grand Canyon University. Here I'm working toward a greater purpose and a place that feels like home. With scholarships to help me earn my degree, I can graduate in less than 4 years. By attending GCU, Arizona's premier private Christian university, I know I'm not just making the right choice, I'm making the smart choice.
Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Private, Christian, affordable. Visit gcu.edu.
Hey you, are you ready? Grab your pack, grab your tent, grab your gear. Jump in. We're going on an adventure. In Arizona, there's so much to see, so much to experience. At GCU, adventure is never too far away. Offering over 200 academic programs with a Christian worldview and nestled in the heart of Phoenix, you can earn your degree in fewer than 4 years and explore everything Arizona has to offer. Find your purpose at GCU. Private, Christian, affordable. Visit gcu.edu/AZ roadtrip.
That's what we need. Our guys aren't tough enough, mentally or physically, so thought they were good, and that's what happens when I told them, that's what happens when you think you're good. So got a lot of work to do. We got a week of practice to get after it. We'll get better. Our goal is to be playing the best basketball come WAC time, and this is a good loss for us. That's a good team. They played hard. We got a lot of work to do.
Well, that was Dan Marley after his team lost for the first time this season last Saturday to San Diego. And I'm Kate Longworth. This is Paul Coro. And Paul, we were at that post-game press conference listening to Dan, and he called it a good loss. What do you think he meant by that?
Well, he meant that they're going to see a lot of teams that are as good as San Diego or better. And maybe they got a little bit too comfortable with who they're beating and how they're beating them. He talked a little bit about this environment either. You know, that, hey, the Havocs are back tonight, but you know they're not going to be there every night to fire you up for every opponent, and you have to bring a certain level of intensity every night. And San Diego was a real good team. and they're going to go on to do some things probably that will surprise people on the West Coast. But so's St. John's on Tuesday, and so's every WAC team in 5 weeks, and they got to be ready for that.
Right, and one of the bright spots that came out of that game and we've seen so far in this early season is Casey Benson going out there putting up career numbers. What have you seen from him that has impressed you as far as his play in the Lopes uniform?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of adjustment going on because he's such a different point guard than Dwayne Russell. So he's finding his spots with his team and the chemistry. He's such a playmaker. He has that ability to drive and draw contact, but he also finds other guys and puts people in good places. And then as a shooter, and I think as the season goes on, he's going to be looking more and more for that shot because he is such a good shooter. He's never been asked to do that before.
Right, and one player they need to have out there to feel his presence is Keontae Vernon. How crucial is it for him not to take those silly fouls?
Yeah, well, I think Dan Marley would argue whether those were fouls at all last game. But they need him on the floor. He's such a defensive leader, calling out the defense from behind, getting them inside buckets like that when they're struggling like they were offensively last game. The numbers bear out. He's 28.5 plus over 40 minutes, per 40 minutes, a plus on the floor. That just shows his impact on both sides of the floor. They need him out there.
And now I want you to jump in the time machine. Remember your days of covering Marley versus Mullen. Well, you get to do that again on Tuesday as Dan Marley, Chris Mullen face off, this time as head coaches with their teams going up against each other with St. John's and GCU playing at a neutral site, Talking Stick Arena Tuesday night. What are you anticipating with this matchup? And then take me through just what the campus and how they're gearing up for this as well.
Yeah, they're going to have a Havocs environment downtown. I guess there's going to be about 1,500 students doing their Havocs thing in that arena, so that's going to be a lot of fun. I was watching St. John's today. They were playing Sacred Heart. It was a 2-point game at halftime. I was like, oh, maybe St. John's is vulnerable. St. John's won by 35. They scored 54 in the second half. They've got a great point guard. It's going to be their best test of the season, and it's going to be a great barometer for where they are nationally.
And you know that they want to get the win tonight, carry that momentum into Tuesday, and we'll keep talking men's basketball leading up to tip-off, but first let's step aside and talk a little Stars back, the team coming back for a victory, double overtime. What have you seen from Nicole Powell's Lopes as of late?
Yeah, that was a great win for them. They went on cross country and won at Florida Atlantic. And August Duchard wrote about her because she's been the one consistent all season. Bree Mobley's been a great scorer. They've had other people, but she's the only player that's been able to start every game, either because of injury or lineup changes. She's such a stabilizer. She's a fifth-year senior who's been waiting for this moment, and she's playing. She's only been off the floor for like 12 minutes the whole season because they need her so much. Last year she was playing like 15 minutes a game. So, and she's stepped up her game, and she's really relishing a leadership role because they have 9 newcomers and 6 freshmen.
Right. No, we have seen them stepping up, and we'll continue to talk about women's basketball because we'll bring them to your view later this week. But first, it's all about men's basketball as the Lopes try to get back in the win column tonight with the Havocs in the house. We'll take you on a trip around the WAC right after this.
On the field,
in the pool,
on the court.
We wear our game faces under the lights.
But sometimes our toughest opponents aren't wearing a uniform.
Instead, we confront them internally.
Mental illness affects 1 in 4 adults in the United States.
And suicide is the second leading cause of death among college students.
If you or someone you know is fighting a silent battle,
please speak up and ask for help.
You are not alone.
Around the conference. WAC games happening today at 1 o'clock. It was a tip-off at Rice, and UTRGV came out on top of that one, 69-67 rather, a final there. Meanwhile, Chicago State hosting Northern Illinois, and they fell short, 95-77, a final there. A couple other games in action tonight. NAU out at Cal State Bakersfield, and Utah Valley hosting UTSA, and we'll have results of these games as the Lopes game plays out tonight on Your View. We also want to remind you that this week, Grand Canyon going up against Bethune-Cookman. Also, the women's basketball team coming off a big double overtime victory. And, of course, it's the big game on Tuesday night. It's a neutral site, but I don't know if the Havocs see it that way. They're going to try and make Talking Stick Arena their home, as it's a doubleheader. U of A has the first tip-off, and then it's Chris Mullins St. John's going up against Dan Marley's GCU Lopes. That's on Tuesday night. There'll be a huge pep rally. You'll catch all the action on the radio side. But first, it's Lopes basketball game right here on Your View. Barry and Scott, they've got the call next. Meanwhile, the Havocs getting the house ready for the game tonight. Tip-off, it's on the other side. Don't go anywhere.
The biggest party in college basketball comes to Talking Stick Arena as GCU men's basketball tips off against St. John's Tuesday, December 5th in the BBVA Compass Valley of the Sun Shootout. Don't miss out as Lopes head coach Dan Marley faces another former NBA great, Chris Mellon, head coach of the Red Storm. The Lopes are now eligible for NCAA tournament play, and you can be a part of GCU history in the making. Don't miss out. Get your tickets now. Call the Talking Stick Arena box office at 602-379-7800.
My name is Anthony Perez, and I earned my master's in education at Grand Canyon University. I feel that the degree program at GCU definitely got me ready and prepared to reach both short and long-term goals. It's definitely prepared me to lead my classroom and also be a teacher leader to find innovative ways of solving the problems in education in the state of Arizona. I'm definitely committed to student success, and so I'm very passionate about working with students. What I absolutely love is when they get that spark in their eye and they understand a concept.
This is our play. From here on out. Hey, this is what we play for. We're better shape than them. Let's go. Let's go. Go get it, guys. Go.
Live from the heart and soul of Phoenix, welcome to the campus of Grand Canyon University. And inside GCU Arena, where tonight the Lopes look to get back on the winning track as they play host to UC Riverside. Welcome to GCU basketball alongside three-time NBA champ Scott Williams. I'm Barry Butel. Kate Longworth will be along in just a moment. Well, the Lopes coming off a tough 10-point loss a week ago to San Diego. Josh Braun led the way with 20 points, but he only had 13 shots.
Yeah, Josh Braun kind of has to be more aggressive because teams are looking to try to stop him and make everybody else beat them. He's going to have to find a way to get off of screen faster, quicker, give it a half second to be able to get his clean look at the rim. All of his shots are contested or they come in traffic.
Keontae Vernon uncharacteristically got called for 2 quick fouls. Only played 3 minutes in that opening half. They need him on the floor.
Well, they need his big body out there being on the glass, but they also need him as a Volleyball leader in the back line of that defense, directing traffic, organizing the traps and the switches and some of Dan Marley's schemes defensively, because the Toreros really went to work inside and out. Shot much too high of a percentage for Coach Marley to like.
28.2 in the plus category when Keontae Vernon is on the floor. Riverside, they handed a 20-point loss to the Lopes at home a year ago. They're coming back here to Phoenix looking for a little bit of revenge, are the Lopes, but they're led by a 6'10 senior from Sweden, Alex Larson.
Yeah, he's very good, very active. Every time he's on the floor, he's raised his scoring average by double from last year. His stroker from the outside. Has a knack of being able to find his way to the free throw line as well, so you got to play him without fouling him.
We'll keep an eye on Larson, Dikembe Martin, as well as Chance Murray as the Highlanders take on the Lopes. Let's get this thing started. Send it over to Paul Denuser, the public address announcer, with our prayer and our national anthem.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome once again to the beautiful GCU Arena and tonight's men's basketball matchup between the Highlanders of UC Riverside and your Grand Canyon University Antelopes. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask that you all please rise. Gentlemen, please remove your caps as we begin this evening's competition with the word of prayer. Tonight's prayer is led by Maddie Given, a sophomore majoring in mechanical engineering and a member of the GCU Dancers.
Let's pray. Dear Lord, thank you so much for this day and for everything that you've provided for us. Thank you for bringing all the fans, coaches, and players here safely. Lord, we ask your blessing upon this game, that you would keep the athletes safe, that they would have great sportsmanship, and that everything would be done for your glory. We pray in Jesus' name, amen.
Thank you, Maddie. Fans, please remain standing as we now honor America with a playing of the national anthem. The Star-Spangled Banner will be performed this evening by the Borgade Catholic High School Band under the direction of Jay Eldridge.
Great job by Jesse Dekwa with the prayer, the member of the cheer team, a senior pre-med major in our national anthem from Borgade High School. Well, the Highlanders coming in overall a record of 2-4, coming off a 2-point loss to Pacific on Thursday evening. Their head coach is Dennis Cutts. He is in his 4th season at UC Riverside. Here are head coach Dennis Cutts' starting 5 for the Highlanders. Dykstra, Chance Murray, Dikembe Martin, Brandon Rosser, and Alex Larson.
Yeah, we'll be watching Martin. His guy is flat out getting it done. 20 shots versus Pacific with the 37 minutes. He stuffed that sheet. 17 points, 5 steals, 3 rebounds, and 4 assists. So really got to watch him wherever he's on the floor. He's all Big West freshman team last year.
Let's introduce you now to Grand Canyon University. Here are head coach Dan Marley's starting 5. Casey Benson, Josh Braun, Oscar Freyer, Roberts Blumbergs, and Keontae Vernon.
Yeah, let's keep our eye on CB. Casey Benson, this kid can flat out get it done. He's averaging career highs in points, assists, and rebounds. In fact, he had 10 boards versus San Diego. The first time in his life, either high school or college, he can ever remember snatching down 10 boards. So he's doing a real nice all-around job for Coach Marley.
Dan Marley in his 5th season as head coach. The team is 4-1 overall after a 72-62 loss to San Diego on their home court on Saturday evening. The associate head coach is Todd Lee. The assistant coaches are Chris Crebalone and TJ Benson. Director of basketball operations is Luke Dallariva. The special assistant to the head coach is Brendan Sabian. And the graduate assistant is Johnny Hill. Students are back on campus after their Thanksgiving break. And this place back to the decibel levels, peaking at their optimal. Another packed house at GCU Arena. Let's go to your 3 keys to tonight's game, Scott.
Hey, it's really simple, okay? You got to keep them out of the house. Do not let them get in the paint. This is one of the worst three-point shooting teams in the nation. They're just 24 for 102 from behind the arc for 23%. Make them play out on the perimeter. And in case of an emergency, break glass. And I mean the glass on the boards. Rebound that basketball, pound that glass tonight, and get yourself some easy opportunities to score in transition. And then hustle and flow and just win, baby, however you want to phrase it. But you got to win the battle. You got to win the war of getting deflections, loose balls, block shots, doing all the little things, drawing charges, giving up your body, offensive rebounds, first to the floor for a loose ball. All those things will make Coach Marley happy. If you don't do those things tonight, we may see Coach Marley's wig fly right off his head.
Wow, no doubt about it. They've got to basically knock them right in the teeth. Jimmy Casas, Mark Cook, and Jeff Wooten are the officials. Lopes fans will remain on their feet. Oh, that was an interesting tip. Back to Casey Benson. Goes to his left. He's got Josh Braun to his right on the near side. Looks inside, Blumbergs. Trying to back in. Back out, Benson. Pulls down from 3. Now back out front. To the left side, Frayer. Frayer. Over to Braun. Braun kicks it into the corner for Blumbergs. Misses. Pushed out.
Stay here. Yeah, go stay here. Keontae Vernon was able to sneak inside on that weak side board. Keep it alive for the Lopes.
Fresh 30 on the shot clock. Braun, Benson, open for 3. Way up high, put back. Good work underneath the bucket. Braun put it home.
You know, that's what Braun's got to do. They're going to be keying in him on their offensive sets. He only had 1 rebound against San Diego. He's got to get on that glass. Nice to see him get an O-board early.
Oh, turnover and a foul. Chance Murray.
There's that hard, trapping, aggressive Lopes defense that Coach Marley loves to see. Getting deflections, getting the steals. Here's Braun. He doesn't stay out there by that 3-point line. Oscar Freire comes flying over there, keeps it alive. And then Josh Braun, he slid down that right lane line and got himself an easy 2.
Chance Murray from Los Angeles, a transfer from Arizona State. Bounce pass, Braun, he wants 3. Not there, oh, Keontae can't put it home. Fighting for it, oh, the hoop and the heart.
Hard hat, lunch pail, Keontae Vernon, men at work, down low. Just get those little cones, those signs, put them out there in that painted area because these guys are attacking that glass.
Keontae goes to the line. Good X, 5-zip, early lead for the Lopes. Press on for the Lopes. Ooh, having problems.
I don't know how that's not traveling. Stood up with the basketball.
Martin got away. Murray near side. Back out front. Dykstra kicks it out. 3-point land. And good.
Well, put that in your mouth, Scott Williams, because I was saying how bad they were from 3. They come out and bust their first 3 they get a look at.
Braun in the paint. Step back. Too heavy. Dykstra's got a hand on it. Loses it to Vernon. Back out for Frayer. Fresh 30. He wants 3. Too heavy. Braun pulled it down. Foul.
Well, you can see that GCU has come out and made it an emphasis to get on the glass. I mean, Keontae Vernon kept one alive earlier. Josh Braun kept one alive, and he tipped one in. A lot of guys going to that glass right now, and the hard work is paying off early. 5 offensive rebounds to start this game, and we've only had 1 minute and 40 seconds tick off the game clock. 5 offensive rebounds. They don't sometimes haven't seen that in a half.
Definitely came out on fire.
There to see the mayor missing the free throw strike.
And a little chilly from the free throw line early on. 73% coming in. Martin to his left. Oh, almost lost it. Freyer.
It was an unlucky break for Freyer because the ball kind of like caromed off one of the Riverside players right to Freyer. I think, as a matter of fact, it might have hit him in the chin or the mouth. And then as he tried to grab it, he got part of the Riverside guy's arm, and they called a foul on Freyer.
Murray, high by Freyer, tried to cross him up, unsuccessful. Dykstra beyond the arc, inside, turnaround, not there for Larson, pulled down by the Lopes. Bounce pass, Vernon quickly inside, oh! Freyer hit hard from behind from Rosser.
That was a heck of a pass by Keontae Vernon, and he kind of like he was skimming a stone off of a still pond the way he slipped that thing underneath the defender's arms.
Benson up high, Vernon not there, swarmed by Blue, but Freyer picks it up. Oscar knocked off the ball by Rosser. 20 on the shot clock. Blumberg's looking for three. Haven't hit from beyond the arc.
I'll tell you what, Lopes working hard. Just 2 for 8, but I love the effort.
That does it. That was interesting as Vernon did a little windmill trying to swat away. Braun's going to try for three. That's not there. My goodness. Very frigid. Martin drives off the glass. Tried to be put back by Larson up over the top. Out of bounds.
Well, Larson did a nice job getting on the glass. He had that ball up like the coach tells you, the big guy, to keep that ball up over your shoulders, don't bring it down, but he couldn't get any elevation. We had a couple Lopes come over from behind and swat that thing away.
Labor comes in for Freyer and Vernon out. Fifi Adu is in as well.
I'm not sure if Freyer might have got knocked in the mouth. He might be bleeding in his mouth, or popped it up. Maybe it popped the contact out or something, because he's getting looked at by the training staff.
Mark comes back, pushes back. Dykstra hands it off to Murray. Murray looking for an open lane. Fifi Adu.
Fifi with the body. He wanted to try to ride the offensive player down that baseline, but really pronounced his lower body into the driver and got whistled for the call. Yeah, one more time here. He kind of got a little bit of sweat. So he's trying to recover here. You can see the way he just throws that waist at the driver there, Mark. You got a turnover on the inbound play, so ball's going to go back to the Lopes. 5 fouls already for Riverside, 2 on GCU. And this is a foul fest and a turnover fest here, and nobody seems like they can make a shot. 1 of 5 shooting.
Benson with the floater off the glass.
Oh, they're going to say he charged in there.
Diallo, who got called for the foul, came back and was outside the restricted area.
They're saying no basket. They're waving off the basket. Let's see here. Outside that restricted area. My question is Benson in the air before the player gets his feet set? No, he's set. Good call by the official.
Idi Diallo from Senegal in for the Highlander. Dykstra to his right. Rosser back to Dykstra. Looking for Diallo. Pushes off on Blumberg's, and Diallo's called. 2 quick personal fouls for Diallo.
Nice job fighting down there by Roberts. Really battling down in the post. I love that. Get in there, get in front. You see that right arm come out, get extended. That's too much. Anytime you break that elbow more than 90 degrees, then the officials are going to whistle you for it. Got to keep that at a bent elbow. You're holding off on that post.
Diallo sits down. Larson back in. Fifi inside, Labor. Knotted away by Dykstra, looking for Jared Martin. Labor's got an open look. In and out. Martin tried to push it out. Larson picked it up for the Highlander.
Larson's got 4 boards already in this game.
Just inside the arc for 2, coming from Dikembe Martin.
Yeah, That was nice. Martin used that drag screen by the big and found some space on the floor to get his shot off.
Corner shot for Jared Martin. Oh, that's way off the mark. The three-point attempts have not been sharp. 0 for 6, 0 for 7 now. Martin, step back. Pulled down by Braun.
Braun with 3 quick boards in this game.
1 point Lopes lead.
Of course, if they keep missing shots on both ends like this, there'll be lots of players with many rebounds tonight.
0 for the last 7, over 3 minutes for the Lopes.
Coach Marley at this timeout, he's not going to like the offensive execution out here. What he certainly will like the way his team is playing defense. They're battling on the defense today.
Let's send it over to Kate Longworth.
Thank you, guys. I am joined by Manny Rapkin, GCU Lacrosse head coach. And first and foremost, congratulations, because you guys took your second Men's Collegiate Lacrosse Association Division I championship, second in 3 years, and you defeated the defending champs. What did that championship mean to you?
Well, I mean, I know you could say so much, but I mean, it was just really fulfilling. We work hard all year, and we assemble a group of guys, come together, work hard every day towards a common goal. We don't talk about winning championships. We concentrate on, becoming better lacrosse players, becoming better people, and then hope that all that work, puts you in the mix at the end, and we were. And, we won 4 games, won the championship, so it's a great feeling.
2 and 3 years, I'd say you're doing something right. And lacrosse is a non-NCAA sport here at GCU. What exactly does that mean for you and your players?
Well, I think this is the MCA, Men's Collegiate Lacrosse Association, is an option for non-scholarship players that would likely find themselves at an NCAA Division III school. And what GCU can give that player is the whole lacrosse experience, the whole non-scholarship lacrosse experience, but give it to them at a mid-major school. So broad range of academic programs, what we're seeing tonight, big-time athletics, entertainment, that those kids might not get at a small, maybe 2,200 or 3,000 student NCAA Division III school.
Right, you're getting this experience, and when you preseason ranked #1 in the Southwestern Lacrosse Conference, what are you anticipating for the season ahead? Who can you go out there and beat?
Yeah, well, our guys are working hard, and we're going to try to do it again.
All right, we look forward to that and wish you the best of luck. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks.
Thank you, Kate. Manny does a great job, along with all the students, athletes. Another championship. Strive to repeat again this season. Murray crowded up. Fifi Adu's in. Shaq Carr checked in after the timeout.
Shaq Carr was working extremely hard defensively in practice on Monday. Let's see how that translates into the game this evening.
Murray, backdoor, nice pass. James Jackson.
I don't know how Murray was able to stop on a dime. He didn't charge into the defender coming across from the weak side and still find that precision pass.
Islanders take their first lead. Martin for 3. That's not there. My goodness gracious. I have a feeling they'll be lining up from the arc at practice. It was the Highlanders you mentioned that were chilly from 3-point. They're 1 for 1. Looking for 2. Out. Pulled down by Martin. Martin, Carr, Fifi Adu. Inside to Labor. Labor trying to muscle his way in, but he travels. My goodness, there we go again with the shrug shoulders.
Yeah, that's the European in him, I think, from the soccer, his soccer days as a youth growing up. But I like them throwing the ball inside. I think that's where the Lopes have to live. Yep. These outside shots really play into the hands. UC Riverside, they got to attack inside like they did earlier. That time Jackson anticipated one of his mates being on that perimeter and threw to a spot rather to a man. The person man over there was Coach Marley.
Fourth turnover for the Highlanders. The Lopes have 3. 13:30 and counting. Benson back into the game. Floater up high. Keontae Martin.
Okay, this is not going to show up in the stat sheet, but Martin sets a massive pick on that baseline to free Martin to roam that baseline and get that dunk. Very nice execution that time by Coach Marley and his team.
Ron and Waver take a seat. Benson. Keontae Vernon back in. Cross court, bounce pass inside. Jackson. Murray, Wall threads the needle. Floater up top, doesn't go. Up over the top was Larson, but push.
They got a push underneath. I thought the Lopes might have had inside position, but look at this right here. A couple screens on the baseline and one on the top. Just gets a pick on the that outside guy there and allows Keontae Vernon to go quite high to the hole.
Larson with 6 rebounds early on for UC Riverside. Fifi muscling his way. Murray wants a foul. Fifi takes it off the glass.
That's where Fifi and Martin, Chat Carr, that's where those guys are going to earn their time off the pine on the defensive end. Creating havoc, deflections, turnovers, easy buckets.
Hands it off to Martin. Martin gets some help from Diallo. Spinning, losing the ball. Pushed up, Fifi hits the floor hard.
Well, there you see it again. That deflection by Shaq Carr that time. Fifi Adu had an opportunity. Look, it just gets in there, pops that thing out of there. A lot of pressure around the ball. Scoops it out. He tries to pump it ahead. And Mark just took Adu out. He like a D-back taking out one of those guys coming through the line.
Martin's got 2 fouls. Leads the Highlanders in points, assists, and steals. He's going to check out. Coming in, Dominic Pickett. Also, Johnny Kennedy. Coach Cutts going to his bench.
This is a good situation for the Lopes. Find themselves in here with 12:25 to play. They're already in the bonus, shooting a one-on-one for the rest of the half. And if they can get a couple more fouls on the Highlanders, they'll be shooting 2 shots every time they go to the line.
2 feet. Front end connects. 70%. 8 for 11 from the line. Fifi connects, takes a seat. Oscar Freyer back in.
Yeah, bring Oscar in. You sub the shooter out. Now you can set your press up. So they got the opportunity now to full court press. Look at those Lopes flying all over the place, trying to even not allow the inbound.
6-0 run for the Lopes in the last minute. Pickett, eyed by Freyer, now swarmed by Martin. Oh, look out. Turnover for the Highlanders. Benson. Left side. Shaq Carr comes out.
Thought Benson had Shaq Carr on his left. Didn't see him that time in the transition.
Bounce pass inside, turn around, Freyer. Off the glass and in.
Nice flash into the interior by Freyer. Uses that elevation so well. He jumps up so much higher than everybody else. Allows him opportunity to spin with his back to the basket and get those shoulders square back to the rim.
Brown in the game for the Highlanders. Pickett in and out. Picked up his own rebound. Freyer can't put it home.
I think they got Vernon. They either got Shaq Carr or Vernon down. No, they got. Looks like they got Vernon down low, battling underneath with Diallo, and got whistle for another call.
14-7 is the lead. The Lopes over the Highlanders. 11:32 to go. Opening half from GCU Arena in Phoenix, Arizona. Stay with us.
Grand Canyon University's newly remodeled golf course is thriving in the heart of Phoenix, featuring over 7,200 yards of expansive tees and tree-lined fairways, signature par 3s, greenside bunkers, premium greens, and a brand new clubhouse and restaurant. Experience a University Championship golf course this summer with great rates as low as $15 available now. Book your tee times at gcugolf.com.
Be sure to get your tickets to next Tuesday night's BBVA Compass Valley of the Sun Shootout at the Talking Stick Resort Arena in downtown Phoenix. Texas A&M and Arizona square off in the first game at 7. Then Chris Mullen and the St. John's Red Storm take on head coach Dan Marley and his Lopes in game 2. Tickets can be purchased by going to Ticketmaster.com. Michael Potter, Tom Kuiper will have the call on the radio. The Fanatic, 1580 AM, 99.3 FM, 95.9 FM. The Lopes sections in 102, 103 through 107, and 204 through 209. Come out and cheer on the Lopes against that guy. Chris Mullen and the Red Storm playing really well.
He was such a nice player in college and the pros. He's a great shooter. One of the original Dream Team members. Silky smooth.
Great backcourt, Pons. Love it. Oh, slotted away by Vernon. Lundberg keeps it in. Benson on the fly to Freyer. Oscar Freyer.
Wow. All I can say is, wow. I don't know how Oscar Freyer, going kind of straight out away from what's a blocking. First, he gets a good defense there. Nice job by Roberts there to stay with the play. And then he just cuts on a dime back to the basket, gets hammered, and then still had the body control to be able to put that ball up in with a little English off the glass. Seen that before. Yeah. That's going to be the 6th GCU team foul in addition to Keontae Vernon picking up his 2nd personal foul. So both teams will shoot 1-1 for the rest of this half.
Lopes outscoring the Highlanders 8-2 in the paint. How will that be impacted? With Vernon now taking a seat. Picked up 2 quick ones against San Diego. Only played 3 minutes in that opening half in that 10-point loss to the Toreros. Team plus 28.2 when Keontae Vernon is on the floor. Murray. Oh, wow. Looking far side for Kennedy.
Well, this is where the freshman got to step up now. And you got Keontae Vernon, who's that vocal quarterback on the defensive end. Now you got Blumbergs and Lavers. They got to step up. I mean, obviously Frere and Vincent on the floor, but got to get some help with these freshmen here. I don't think Josh Braun's going to be on that bench much longer either.
8 turnovers for the Highlanders. Carr, Laver, back out to Carr. Ooh, wanted that 3. Benson pulls back, gets some help from Laver. Now to Frere. Frere wants 3. Ooh, not there in the drought continues. 0 for 9 now, the Lopes from the arc.
Yeah, 6 of 18 overall in this game.
Another turnover, way over the head of Larson, and Larson stands at 6 feet 10 inches.
That's 9 turnovers in a little less than 10 minutes now for the Highlanders. That makes it extremely tough to be able to score a point. As you're sitting on 7 points, and you've turned it over 9 times.
Lopes 4 of 32 from the arc the last 2 games. Benson just inside the arc. Slipped. Braun back on the court as he predicted. Martin right side. Grosser. Hoop and a harm for Larson.
Just one more time and go big down inside to the big man. And it wasn't one of those fancy, pretty moves. He took his time and gathered the basketball and made sure he went strong and collected himself to the basket. Gets the old-fashioned three-point play. It's a good way to get yourself to the double digits scoring.
He's got 8 rebounds.
Hey, doing a job on the glass.
Martin, bounce pass, Benson. Back over to Jared Martin. Lane catch with Benson. Juan. Bounce pass, Labor. Looks inside. Driving, Martin. Back out, Benson. 8 on the shot clock. Martin open for 3. Oh my, can't buy a bucket from the arc. Loose ball, Labor's on the floor. Larson's on the floor.
Yeah, Martin had the sense of presence of mind to literally run over and hug one of the officials to get his attention and say, we're going to call timeout with that ball on the floor so we can retain possession of it. We're going to hear, goes up on the board, everyone's fighting for it, grabbing for it. Labors is down there, he's battling on the floor for it. Now look at Martin, he sprints over to the official. He can't get into play, so he sprints over to the official and calls the timeout.
Saw Benson as well. But yeah, Martin gave him a hug. Last season at UC Riverside, the Lopes never led, down 17 at the half, out-rebounded 47-33. Did not have Josh Braun. They were 31.3% from the field, 3 of 23 from the arc, 13 of 24 from the free throw line. Yikes. Vernon led with 14 points. Dykstra had 14, leading the way for the Highlanders. Rosser had chipped in 13, also had 10 rebounds for the double-double. So not only coming off of that 10-point loss to San Diego a week ago, they have a bit of revenge against these Highlanders. Keontae Vernon is on the bench with 2 personal fouls.
Yeah, they want the big payback. They're working hard out there, but just not getting any good luck on the offensive end.
Hey! Lumbers for 3. There we go. We cracked the seal.
Yeah,
1 of 11.
1 for 11 from behind that arc. But they are doing little things like getting on the offensive glass. You don't miss this many shots. Plenty of opportunities to get on the offensive rebound. The Lopes got 8 of them.
Swan Larson. Got it over though. Rosser for 3.
Nice job finding the weak side man who was wide open. Martin tried to close quickly, but that time Rosser's offense was better than the Lopes defense.
Benson wants 3 off the mark. Coming up over the top was Dykstra.
Roberts was down there working hard. Doesn't have the biggest frame yet as he's still developing his upper body in the weight room, but he does a nice job establishing position early. But let's go back to that one by Losser. He actually thinks he got fouled on that play. He wanted an opportunity to shoot a free throw for a 4-point play. Oh, he's bleeding. Oh, his shorts are torn or they're bleeding. I don't know what he's. May have to come out of this basketball game for a minute here.
Jordy Rackett over there. I don't know if he's cleaning his.
Yeah.
Boy, Jordy does it all, man.
Well, they started this a few years ago, and players get blood on their jersey. They come out with this solution and call it infectious control to make sure that nobody's.
Fumigate the area? Or
yeah, going to get anything out of Jordy's got to throw some gloves on his hands and clean it up off of his jersey. I think the shorts are okay, but I'm sure they'll change jerseys at half.
That's Jordy Hackett.
I like Jordy. He's been working hard. These guys get banged up in these games. They go back over there, and Jordy like maybe retapes their ankle or throws some gauze up their nose to stop the bleeding.
Avid mountain biker. We really like Jordy, but we just don't want to mention his name during the game because we know something's wrong, right?
That's right. We just want to talk about the players and the coaches, not the head athletic trainer.
Wahlbergs connects. Diallo, Dikembe Martin. Diallo. Bounce pass, turnover, and a foul by Martin. He's got 3.
That's the third foul, and you got to realize
that's tough.
You're giving the other team opportunities to score from the free throw line when they're having a tough time scoring. They're shooting 2 free throws the rest of the half. And I understand you lost the ball, but to try to knife in there and get it back like that, we're not seeing real good, intelligent basketball on the floor right now. On both sides.
It's just you got to be extremely disciplined though. Because your instinct would be like, I got to get back. It's a split-second decision sometimes.
Well, it comes with experience. Obviously he hasn't had as many reps as somebody that's a older player, a junior or a senior. But you got to know that's basketball 101. You can't commit that foul in time to score.
Look at the hustle by Benson and Lopes. After that errant free throw, they get the bucket.
Yeah, quick timeout after that one. Highlanders bench had seen enough. They wanted to talk to their team and giving up way too many offensive rebounds.
8:18 on the clock, 24-13. As the Lopes are on top here, trying to get back on the winning track early on. They've been a bit chilly from the arc.
Have been shooting it well, but one thing they've been doing really well is crashing that offensive glass. They got 10 offensive rebounds, and we still got 8 minutes to go in this first half. And that was an emphasis by Coach Marley. He was really letting these guys lighten into them and practice on Monday for a fourth, what he thought, effort. They didn't compete the way they needed to. Well, they're not scoring the basketball the way they need to here this first half, but they really are competing.
Yeah, Keontae Vernon, he's picked up some errant fouls early on, but when he's on the floor, he's a rebound machine.
Yeah, he almost, follow jam that one home. He's had that stick-to-itiveness and was able to pick it up off the ground and get it back in off glass. And here's another one, hustling for a loose ball. He's got 5 points in his game. Mentioned the 3 rebounds, and I love that high handoff. Anytime he can soar up above the rim and knock one down, and then, oh yeah, he's also got 3 blocks. So, that's why the Lopes want him on that floor. He gets the offensive rebounds. You don't have to run any plays for him except for, something at the rim. And he's going to do all those little things that don't show up in that stat sheet that gives him a plus 28 per 48 minutes when he's out there on the floor. The best on the team, the plus-minus category, because he's out there talking and communicating and making sure everybody knows where they're supposed to be.
Lopes were 16-7 over the Highlanders when Keontae had to check out of the game. 2 personal fouls. Fifi has 2. Freyer has 2. Martin, the Highlanders' leading scorer, has 3, as does Dykstra. Lopes outscoring the Highlanders 10-4 in the paint, 16-2 off of turnovers. And the Highlanders have committed 10 turnovers here in this opening half. Flipping in the game. Jackson. Back out to Cove, Flippin from Torrance, California. Loose ball, Larson dives down on it. Gushinero in favor of the Highlanders.
Yeah, he went down. Actually, I think he called timeout before the it was actually a jump ball situation. So I don't know if that's going to, the possession arrow may stay the same way. Look at it one more time. He goes down here and he signals for timeout while he's got his chest and arms wrapped around the ball. He's using his hands to signal timeout with those big flippers.
Larson, the senior from Sweden, averaging 12 points per game, 6 rebounds. He's got 8 already.
In practice, I keep going back to Monday's practice. I wanted to see.
That was uncomfortable, wasn't it?
Yeah, but it's easy. Practice is easy when things are going well. You got a 4-game win streak, one of the longest win streaks in the nation. Things get a little tougher after a loss. I wanted to see how this team was going to respond to Coach Marley, and they certainly did.
Murray drives, tries to put it up over Matt Jackson in the game. Oh my goodness. Jackson.
A lot of whistles in this one. The Highlanders have 11 or 12 fouls and give the Lopes 8 fouls now. So they're going to have to, officials are going to keep calling the game the way they've established it. Now the players have to adjust the way the officials are calling it. That's not always the easiest thing to do, but what you don't want to have happen is have this continue through the half. And then as a player anyway, the officials all of a sudden stop calling some of the stuff that you're getting whistled for in the first half. That's really frustrating for a player. As long as they're consistent, players will adapt. Just glad to see the players adapt and get settled in and stop all this happening.
Murray connects. Los Angeles native, as I mentioned, a transfer from Arizona State. Redshirt senior. Leading rebounder, 6.5 coming in. Benson to Braun, back to Benson. Free! Not there. One of 13. Diallo. Oh, hooping a harm. Chilly Willie.
Well, the Highlanders did a nice job getting the ball from one side of the floor to the other and then attacking the basket. You see that ball from the center of the floor, goes over to the right, and then hard to the hole, get the contact in the finish. Rosser, I tell you what, he knocked down a three a little while ago. Could have been fouled on that one. Then he goes inside for the three-point play opportunity the old-fashioned way, but just front rims that three for put the string on it. Didn't hold his follow-through.
Rosser had a double-double season ago against the Lopes. 8 points. Long distance, not there again for the Lopes. They want to steer clear of that. Josh is 0 for 3 from the arc, 1 of 5 from the field, has 3 points. Murray eyed by Jackson. 7-point Lopes lead. Murray drives. Left hand, not going to fall. Pushed out of bounds.
Okay, so when Keontae Hernan went out of the game, it seems as though now the Highlanders don't fear going inside to attack and underneath. Even though you come back with longer bodies than the freshmen, Blumbergs and Labors, they don't have the fear factors as seeing the muscles of Keontae Hernan underneath.
Clark comes in for Jackson. Braun wants three. He's going to keep trying. Might have got a little tip of that. Back in.
Oh,
nice work by Labor. Benson with a floater. That doesn't go.
I think they're going to get Labor. They got Labor. He doesn't like the call. He thinks he was over the top without creating any contact. Josh Braun just struggling with his shot right now. And Labor's just out here working hard. He saves that one, and then he's wrestling underneath there.
Right arm there.
And they were both kind of wrestling. I think Labors might have had his arm wrapped around, but they got to know anything. You get some contact down there now. They're gonna blow that whistle.
Waiver on Kerwin Smith in.
Yeah, Rosser missed that front free throw, or excuse me, Jackson missed the front end of that two-shot opportunity. So a lot of times players will go to the bench and say, hey, coach, ball doesn't lie. See, I didn't foul it. That ball never lies. See, I missed the coach, as a matter of fact.
Carr. Ooh, ran right in. Rosser just wasn't looking and ran right into Blumberg. Benson. Carr. Braun. Ooh, Blumberg's in the corner. He wants three. He's connected from the mark tonight. Give it to Roberts.
Yeah, I was waiting for Blumberg to knock down another shot because he was the best player in practice. And sometimes it's easy to shoot when the popcorn's not popping and lights aren't bright. It's how do you take that energy and effort and success to bring it out here onto the court when it's game time.
Two of 4 from three-point land, the only 2 they've connected on.
Yeah, Blumberg just says, hey, you think I'm a big guy and I can't shoot from the outside the arc here? You better get up out of that zone and get a hand out, or I'm going to make you pay.
Carr. To his left, Benson drives. Carr driving, finds a little bit of room underneath. Kerwin Smith!
Well, when you're shooting 9 for 29, you got to do something to find some high percentage shots, and the guy who's got pogo sticks for legs goes up and slams one home. That's a sure two.
Sweet dish. Driving Murray, almost loses it, kicks it back out. Rosser inside, turn around, and Larson's
Look at this one more time. Shekar goes right down the lane, and he brings the big to him, and it allows Kerwin Smith just to be able to plant off with that right foot, power up to the basket, and throw it down. So nice job by both Shekar and Kerwin Smith to get a good high percentage opportunity.
Larson misses. Coming into the game, 63% free throw shooter. Point Lopes lead. Approaching 5 minutes to go, opening half. Carr, he wants three. Pulled down by Murray.
A week layoff might have been too much. The way these guys are shooting this basketball tonight, 10 of 31. And I know they've been working hard. They wanted to come out here and be better offensively. But sometimes just having a week off is not good for your rhythm.
Flipping. Back out. Rosser from three-point land is short. Havix let him know it was an air ball.
And Havix don't miss a thing. No. These kids do their work, and they know their chance. As soon as somebody makes a mistake from the other team, they let them have it. Oh, how will he respond on his next shot? That's what I want to see.
Barr goes to his left. Benson back to Shaq.
Little 2-3 zone here by the Highlanders. Mixing it up.
Braun. Oh, that was a travel. Josh definitely out of sorts. I thought November was the beard growing month. I think it's time for Gillette and Schick. Mix it up a little bit.
Yeah, mix it. Maybe that's exactly what they need to do.
Shekar takes it home.
I thought Shekar was going to finish that overhand. I watched him in the warm-up line. He's got some of the sneakiest hops on the team, but he decided to make sure he got the sure two.
Inside Larson. Oh, Benson paid the price.
Well, that's what you want. That is right in the middle of the hustle board right there. Step in front of a man moving full speed and take a charge for your teammate.
31-18, the Lopes on top over the Highlanders. 3:25 to go, opening half here at GCU Arena.
If I lose, I'll respond with respect.
If I win, I'll back it up with humility.
If I fail, I'll rise up with honor. It's tough for us to put it all on the line.
Don't undo my hard work with poor sportsmanship.
Respect. It's the name of the game.
GCU's Division I men's basketball team is eligible for NCAA tournament play. Come be a part of the best show in basketball. Pick up your special 5-game holiday power pack for only $40, featuring the best seats in the house. Don't miss out as we face great opponents, such as the University of San Diego Toreros on November 25th. Catch all the family-friendly excitement. Get your holiday power pack at lopestickets.com. Our purpose, our season, our time. We are Lopes Rising.
Welcome back on your view right now. It's GCU 31 and UC Riverside 18. But meanwhile, this is what the college landscape is looking like when it comes to AP Top 25. Duke gathered all 65 first-place votes this week with their 10-0 record. They beat number 6 Florida and won at Indiana. Kansas moves up to number 2. They beat Syracuse this afternoon. No longer Arizona Wildcats in that spot. They fell out of the top 25. But number 9 belongs to Texas A&M. They are up from number 16 last week after wins against Pepperdine and then number 10 USC. They will be playing Arizona Tuesday at Talking Stick Resort Arena. Following that game will be St. John's and GCU. Meanwhile, number 11 Cincinnati plays number 2. Fell to Xavier today, 89-76 the final there. And number 20, ASU beat then number 15 Xavier last week, and they have cracked into the top 25 for the first time since 2009. They are up at San Francisco tonight, and that's how it all looks out. And just in case you missed it, number 13, lucky number 13, I don't know. That's North Carolina, 7-1.
Yeah, we dropped out of the top 10. We had a bad loss to MSU. Shot one of the worst field goal percentages in the history of the school.
Blumberg's open look. Too much time, apparently. A little flat.
I don't know what the worst field goal percentage in the history for GCU and a half is, because they're at 34% dropping.
They still lead at 31-18. Second chance points. They lead at 13-0. Long distance. Picked up there by James Jackson from Spring Valley, California. 3 of 5 from the arc by the Highlanders.
Nice high rebound there by Murray.
Murray, Benson put a hand on it. Casey Benson all alone off the glass. 2.5 to go, opening half.
Well, you have a tough time struggling. Offensive rebounds, the free throw line, and fast break points are your friend.
Javon Brown. Jackson pulls down, back to Brown. He wants 3 long distance. Wow, made that look easy.
Well, that's from where Steph Curry and the boys shoot from out there, way out in the 3-point range.
He hadn't connected from the arc in 3 appearances this season.
Yourself a 10-point game, under 2 to play.
Braun pulled down, Carr, Benson. Back to Carr, finds a little room underneath Kerwin Smith. Oh my goodness, just keep feeding him.
Got Shaq Carr smooth feeding the big man underneath. I think Shaq Carr should get a steak dinner from Kerwin Smith after this one's over there. He's got 3 assists in this game.
Oh, Brown's got a little bit of room, but Kerwin Smith got a body on him.
Yeah, well, you don't mind that foul so much because they got a couple opportunities where they were driving it in there. He was going to get an easy dunk or layup, so you go ahead and foul and make him shoot the free throws. But I love this one by Shaq Carr. He goes right up underneath Larson's armpit to dish that one over to Kerwin Smith, who's very good at keeping that ball at his waist and going up and powering that thing through the hole. He's sweating hard. He's working hard out there off that time, trying to show the staff he wants them. They need some more minutes.
In the ballgame for the Highlanders, number 1,
DJ Sylvester checks in. He started 2 of 5 games. Victorville, California. Oh, I missed it. The wave's still in, huh?
I love the wave. People talk bad about the wave. I love the wave. I remember they used to talk bad about
team effort.
Yeah, we used to talk bad about disco. I love disco music too. I want disco to come back. Let's keep the wave forever.
Goodness gracious. How about we stay away from the 3?
Yeah, well, that's one thing.
I can play a little disco. Just don't shoot any more 3s.
Yeah, I put that on my thing here. They were 2 for 17, now 2 of 19 from behind the arc. That's way too many 3s for a half. This Lopes team shoot 20 3s in a game. I don't care if they go 10 for 20. I think that's too many 3s. They can pound a team like Riverside and down low.
I say give it to Shaq Carr, and then he'll down in the post down to Kerwin Smith. Yeah, seems pretty simple.
Yeah, they're 11 of 18 down in that painted area.
Oh my, Sylvester was all by himself. They caught a break in a fresh 30. DJ couldn't put it home. They were just watching him. 16 on the shot clock. Murray, oh, careful, Casey reaching from behind. Murray, Kerwin Smith. Oh. See what happened, a little extracurricular here. I think they got Chance Murray.
They're battling out underneath there, and yeah, look, they start bumping his gums at Kerwin Smith, and listen, there's gonna be some frustration out there. They're 9-23. They're not shooting it real well. And they find themselves down by 10 points. Yeah, they're gonna bump their gums a little bit. If it fires up his teammates, maybe it's worth the 2 free throws at the other end. They're just not playing well right now. They're not taking care of their basketball, and they gotta do something to get themselves going. Coach Cutts in practice will let him know that he didn't appreciate that technical foul. I'm sure there'll be some extra sprints for the entire team next time they hit the training lab.
Coach Cutts, familiar with Arizona, a former assistant at Pima Community College in 91 through 94 in Tucson, and also at Northland Pioneer College in Holbrook from 94 through 96. Went on to be an associate head coach at San Jose State. Played basketball collegiately at the State University of New York at Albany, New York's capital.
Both these coaches are going to earn their paychecks this week in the locker room at halftime, trying to fire their guys up to continue to battle, because it hasn't been pretty on either side. They'll have to find out the right speech, which buttons to push to motivate their team.
Barr. Just over about close to a 2-second differential from the shot clock to the game clock. 9 on the shot clock, 8. Marley wants him to move. Barr. Jackson, better throw it up there. Tap back by Roberts Blumbergs. Good grief, that was pretty sloppy, but they got the bucket. Oh my, what an opening half.
Yeah, 14-39 shooting for the Lopes, not very good. 14 turnovers for the Highlanders, even worse. Both teams need to find something in that locker room at halftime.
Coach Marley kind of shrugging his shoulders at the officials at half. Let's send it over to Kate Longworth.
I know Coach is looking for an answer on that, so we're going to give him a moment to find out from the refs exactly what that final call is. But then we will see if he's been pleased with the team's first half effort. Hopefully he got his answer there, and now we can get a few answers as well. Dan, I know going into this week of practice, you said your team need to play more tough and do the little things and play smarter. Are you seeing that in this first half?
Yeah, I'd like to see us make a shot. I think we're like 2 for 20 from 3, and they're wide open. So we're doing a better job down here. We let up at the end, got to stop the ball. They got to the basket. Too many and ones, too many fouls. We got our guys sitting on the bench again, but it'd be a lot easier if we hit some shots.
But one thing you guys are doing right, I know you preached all season, you're forcing turnovers, and then you guys are keeping control of the ball for you. Are you pleased that effort you see?
Yeah, we're doing fine. We're just shooting turnovers. You know what I mean? So, yeah, we're doing fine. We got to take another half. I'm happy with how hard we're playing. I mean, we just got to make some shots, man.
Wish you the best of luck. I mean, if that isn't the honest answer from a coach, what do you need to do to win? You need to make some shots, right, guys?
Shooting turnovers. Yes, indeed they are. 38-27, the Lopes on top here against the Highlanders from UC Riverside. The Lopes coming in overall 4-1, trying to put an end to a 1-game losing slide. We'll be back with more. Kate will be rejoining you here from GCU Arena after we take this timeout.
The biggest party in college basketball comes to Talking Stick Arena as GCU men's basketball tips off against St. John's Tuesday, December 5th in the BBVA Compass Valley of the Sun Shootout. Don't miss out as Lopes head coach Dan Marley faces another former NBA great, Chris Mellon, head coach of the Red Storm. The Lopes are now eligible for NCAA tournament play, and you can be a part of GCU history in the making. Don't miss out. Get your tickets now. Call the Talking Stick Arena box office at 602-379-7800.
Come experience a stay-and-play destination in the heart of Phoenix during the holiday season. GCU Hotel is the perfect in-town getaway with beautiful amenities like the resort-style swimming pool, full-service fitness center, and Canyon 49 Grill, serving up modern American cuisine. Hotel rates from $79 and tea times as low as $20. Book your stay and play getaway at gcuhotel.com today.
Hey Phoenix, it's Thunder Dan Marley, head coach at Grand Canyon University. Coming to GCU was a great move for me. Join Antelope Nation by enrolling as an evening student at our beautiful campus in the heart of Phoenix. Earn your bachelor's, master's, or doctoral degree to take your career to the next level. Engage with industry expert instructors in small classroom settings where you can get the support you need to excel. Scholarships available. See you on campus. Go Lopes.
Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Visit gcu.edu/evening.
Welcome back to the Lopes halftime show. America's Got Talent. She finished in the top 10. This is a contortionist, and she is entertaining the crowd right here at GCU Arena at halftime. And right now, GCU has the 11-point lead over UC Riverside. 38-27 the score right now. Now, GCU suffered its first loss last week, trying to bounce back tonight. So far, Dan Marley said he likes how his team is out there playing tough, but some things they got to tighten up in the second half. Meanwhile, here courtside, I am Kate Longworth, and I'm joined now by Mike Vaught, GCU Vice President of Athletics. Thanks so much for being here with us. And first of all, I want to talk to you about the crowd we saw over Thanksgiving break. We know so many students head home for the holidays, and we thought it might be quieter here. It was not the case. Over 7,200 fans in the house.
Yeah, it was incredible, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I guess they didn't eat so much turkey. They all stayed up, took a nap. They all came to the game. So, yeah, it was a fantastic atmosphere. And, you know, the community really supports GCU. We're really proud to be, you know, the only Division I school in Phoenix. And I think the city kind of embraces that. It was a great evening.
Yeah, I think you're seeing that growth, and one of those ways we'll see how evident that is when GCU joins Arizona basketball in a doubleheader Tuesday night, going head-to-head with St. John's basketball at Talking Stick Arena. What are you anticipating? And take me through just the atmosphere of how the Havocs are going to try and take over downtown Phoenix.
Well, you know, they got a way of doing that. And there's a Marley's restaurant right across the street, so it's going to be a lot of fun. Valley of Sun shootout. It's 4 good teams. They're all off to a good start. We're the second game that night. It'll be on ESPNU, so a lot of our people will go to the game. It's going to be a lot of fun, and it's going to be great for our city and for the downtown area.
And I know you guys are obviously focused on the product on the court this year, but Dan Marley also inked quite the 4-star recruit from Illinois. Take me through what you guys get from Tim Lee.
Well, you know, Dan's really done a good job going through the process, transitioning to Division I. And now that we're eligible to go to the tournament, the quality of players are going to go up in the recruiting process. And that's just one of, look at the 2 freshmen we got on the floor tonight. They're pretty special and both 6'10". So it's only going to get better and better, and Dan and his staff do a great job. And he's a great young man.
It's very exciting. I know that first exhibition game, we were talking about him being here in the crowd. I think he saw what it's all about. I know he can't wait to play out here.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, GCU just continues to grow. We're talking about the 10-2 initiative, 10 new sports facilities in 2 years. Take me through where we're at with softball and baseball.
Softball and baseball should be finished by the early February. It's getting loud in here. I can't really hear you. But if you've seen our stadium, softball and baseball are going to be really probably top 25 in the country. It's going to be great facilities for both those programs. That's our last 2 facilities, so we'll have 10 done by February.
Incredible, and we know, speaking of great facilities, the soccer stadium, state of the art, and the women's team had the opportunity to host the WAC tournament as well as play in it. What was that like for the university to be able to play host the first year you're eligible for?
Yeah, it was really exciting because that was our first one to get to host with the transition. So, you know, our campus and our students really got behind the team. The team did a really good job, almost won the thing. And with our soccer facility, as you know, there's not many nicer in the country than what we have here. So it's just a tribute to what President Mueller's done with the build out for the university. It's not just athletic facilities, it's our entire campus and the growth of the student body. It's been incredible.
And you can't say it enough now, the Lopes are NCAA tournament eligible. We've seen that in soccer. We know basketball wants to experience that. Take me through what they're doing over in swimming in the program and how they're excelling. They also qualify for NCAA.
Absolutely. We've already had some qualifiers there. I get to go watch them in the spring, and it's in Minnesota, so I hope it's indoors, right? No, we're really excited about that group. They've been a top 25 team the last 2 years, inside the top 25, a little bit outside. So they're very competitive, and Coach Schaefer's done a really good job with that group.
All right, thank you very much. This has been the Lopes Halftime Show with Mike Vaught. You want to know about GCU athletics? He's the guy to talk to, filling us in on everything from swim to basketball to soccer and more. And there is more on this halftime show coming up right after this. Barry and Scott sit down and go over stats and highlights and more. And one thing they'll be talking about is GCU's production from Beyond the Arc. Dan Merrily talking to the guys right now, hoping they can turn it up in the second half. We'll be right back.
The Grand Canyon University Championship Golf Course features over 7,200 yards of tees and tree-lined fairways, signature par 3s, greenside bunkers, and a 22,000 square foot clubhouse. The Lope House Restaurant, serving modern American cuisine, is open to the public 7 days a week. Come experience the best golf and dining destination in the heart of Phoenix. Book your tee times at gcugolf.com.
Hey you! Are you ready? Grab your pack, grab your tent, grab your gear. Jump in. We're going on an adventure. In Arizona, there's so much to see, so much to experience. At GCU, adventure is never too far away. Offering over 200 academic programs with a Christian worldview and nestled in the heart of Phoenix, you can earn your degree in fewer than 4 years and explore everything Arizona has to offer. Find your purpose at GCU. Private, Christian, affordable. Visit gcu.edu/AZ roadtrip.
Back live at GCU Arena where the Lopes are on top of the Highlanders, 38-27. Barry Vitale, Scott Williams, Kate Longworth, and our crew here from Phoenix, Arizona. So glad you could tune in as the 4-1 Lopes take on the 2-4 Highlanders. And a week off. Yeah, took a little rust off, but their defense definitely was there in the opening half.
Yeah, defense was good. The rust was on the jump shots. It was
2 of 20 from the arc.
The worst I've ever seen this Lopes team perform from behind the arc for a half of basketball. They just settle for too many outside shots. That's what they wanted them to do. If your shot's falling, keep shooting out there. If it's not falling, drive it inside. You got points in the paint. You got a 20-8 advantage points in the paint. You got 20 points off of turnovers. Do some of the little things to make the game easier for yourself. Don't live on that arc.
How hard could this be, folks? Let's take a look at our opening half highlights. Keontae Vernon got some foul trouble, but boy, did he get that second opportunity here. Third, fourth, put it home.
Yeah, I refuse to call these highlights. I'm going to call them plays from the first half. That was a hard-working effort right there by Keontae Vernon, but he went to the bench with foul trouble, and then there was Martin knocking down an outside shot there. He only had 2 points, but he had 3 fouls. He spent most of his time on the bench, and then Jackson with a bucket underneath. They only had 8 points in the paint, so the Lopes did a pretty good job choking out the middle. I love that high handoff there from Carr to Vernon. He had 3 assists in that first half, and I love this one down here. Keontae Vernon coming over from the weak side saying, "You shall not pass," which led to a fast break here. Play here. Frere knife into the basket, gets the 3-point play the old-fashioned way. And then Blumberg's, we only had 2 3-point shots, and Blumberg's had both of them. That's the first one there from the right side as they're going 2 for 20, and then Rosser from deep, he knocks down the 3-pointer from deep from behind the hole, and then Blumberg says, "Get out of that zone, I'll make you pay," knocks down another one. And I love this one here by Shaq Carr, because all he does is spoon feed the bigs underneath Kerwin Smith with those pogo stick legs, knocks it down, and then the deflection there by Smith. Benson pushing it ahead, and Shaq Carr laying it in underneath. Nice effort off of that bench defensively. 10 points to go along with a lot of hustle plays, and that last one there by Blumberg fighting for that extra offensive possession. But look at the field goal percentage in this one.
Both
absolutely atrocious.
Lighting it up. 39% to close to 36%. There's a 60%, 3 of 5 from the arc. 2 of 20 are the Lopes. You mentioned spoon feeding. They're not playing real strong in the post, are the Highlanders. Why not keep doing what's been successful here?
You're right. You got to go inside. I'm pretty sure head coach Marley and associate head coach Todd Lee is going to tell this team, take the fight inside to the Highlanders where you can do the most damage. When you build yourself a comfortable lead, you can work your way back out away from the basket. Basket gets a little bit bigger for you, but right now, bang it inside.
Looks really small from the arc for the Lopes. 2 of 20 from the arc, but they still lead it. They're on top. As Kate will be back with just a little bit more of our halftime festivities as the Lopes lead at 38-27 over UC Riverside.
GCU is the university that never sleeps, moving at the speed of light. And now GCU is leading in the area of computer science and IT. With over 200 university degree programs across 9 colleges, on campus and online, join the most inventive concept in education today. Fast track options available with courses in cybersecurity, cloud computing, and systems architecture. Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Visit gcu.edu/IT. At GCU, earning your degree online doesn't have to be without the college experience. To find your purpose, it takes support from those around you. GCU's leadership offers over 3 decades of experience in delivering real-world degree programs online. GCU's online class size averages less than 17 students with full-time faculty and student advisors. Find your purpose online at Grand Canyon University. Call us today at 855-428-7692.
Finding the right college isn't always simple. The choices I make today affect where I'll be tomorrow. That's why I chose Grand Canyon University. Here I'm working toward a greater purpose and a place that feels like home. With scholarships to help me earn my degree, I can graduate in less than 4 years. By attending GCU, Arizona's premier private Christian university, I know I'm not just making the right choice, I'm making the smart choice.
Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Private, Christian, affordable. Visit gcu.edu.
Welcome back. We are just wrapping up the Lopes halftime show here at GCU Arena, where the Haddocks are back in the house and cheering on the Lopes as they have 11-point lead at the break. But as Dan Marley said, they got to start really focusing on those shots. They are 2 from 20 from beyond the arc, so we'll see how that improves in the second half. But meanwhile, leading all scorers right now is the Lopes Roberts Slumbers with 10. Casey Benson with 5 to his name. Keontae also with 5, and they have 3 players with 4 for the Lopes. Meanwhile, Rosser is leading the way for UC Riverside with 8 points. Javon Brown with 5, and they have 3 players with 4. All right, the second half is about to get underway, so now we go over to Mary and Scott, who will set you up for yet another tip-off, and we'll see how this one finishes off. Remember, the Lopes suffered their first loss last Saturday. It's been a long week of practice, and now they're trying to get back in the win.
Thank you, Kate. Yeah, that was strong by you not to call them highlights, but more of the plays of the opening half. This one from the arc.
Yeah, I call it like it is, Barry.
Like the flu.
You can't call them highlights if there was nothing really
At least they're getting open
about
looks.
them. I mean,
they're getting open looks.
Well, they're getting looks because that's where the Highlanders want them to shoot from. I wouldn't run out and guard somebody at the 3-point line if they haven't made any.
Roberts, way to go.
I don't want to sound all Bill Walton, but that was the worst three-point shooting I think I've ever witnessed at any level, because it just kept banging away with reckless
abandon.
Yeah, just recklessness. It wasn't nothing pretty about it, and the shots weren't even close. Front rimming, smacking between the backboard and the rim.
Just keep going down low in the post.
That's it. This young fella right here, he's doing some good things out behind the arc, but everybody else, tack inside. Drive that ball to the basket. Spoon feed the bigs underneath Kerwin and Keontae. Lavers. Let those guys work underneath there. Casey Benson, where are his drives to the basket we've become accustomed to seeing here in the month of November?
38-27. Lopes fans will remain on their feet until the Lopes hit the opening bucket of the half. Chance Murray inbound right in front of our location. Finds Dikembe Martin. Martin back to Murray. Clean catch. Moves inside. Larson trying to back in. Far side, and there an overthrown pass.
Shocker. 14, make it 15 now turnovers. That's got to drive Coach Cutts crazy. He's probably stressing, take care of the basketball, value the ball on the offensive end, and in their first possession, literally threw it at the coach.
Irvin Brown's quarterback story throughout the course of the season. Benson, down low, near side, inside. Vernon, kick back out, no look, Frayer. 3 goes!
Well, they went right back out there, stubborn.
What do we know?
Stubborn in a good way, I suppose, because Frayer knocks down the outside shot. I like the way they at least got the ball from one side of the court to the other. Don't let Keontae Vernon get a foul down there. Big number 21, Larson, banging with him.
And Blumberg's got some help, knocked it out. It'll belong to the Highlanders. 10 on the shot clock. Vernon with 2 personal fouls. Frayer with 2. They're on the court. Martin has 3. Rosser and Murray both with 2. Murray pulls down the floater, is short. Underneath Larson, that doesn't go. Vernon to Benson. Frayer wants 3 more. Too heavy. Rosser all by himself. Martin trying to move on Braun. Baseline, kick back out. Dykstra lays it in with the left.
The Highlanders want to go inside. They've tried to post Larson a couple times down, a little driving ball to the basket, and then the Lopes have come out and shot a couple threes.
Benson back to Braun. He wants 3. Short. Odd that they keep going back to this. Rosser. Martin. Benson called.
Casey Benton's first. Well, seems to make that his second personal now for Casey Benson. He's the one that could get out on Martin and put a little more ball pressure. Shaq Carr, Fifi Adu doing a really nice job providing that ball pressure on their primarily ball handler.
Larson turns around. Oh, did they give Vernon a foul?
Yeah, Vernon got posted up because Larson did his work early before the ball even was going to be entered to him. Got him so far up underneath the rim that there's only one thing at this point that Vernon can do is swat down with that left hand. He got his hands in the air in a nice position, but then that swat down there with the left hand, like the officials can't see it, is somewhat surprising to me.
Larson connects.
This is a 9-point game. This is a team GCU should be up 15 to 18 points on right now.
Ooh, close. Blumberg's might have been close to his foot. Frayer inbound.
Well, they want to play with St. John's and the Boise States and some of the Louisville, Kentuckys, and St. Mary's and Gonzagas. They really got to pick their game up.
Grambling coming to town. They just knocked off Georgia Tech. Roberts Blumberg's connects with a floater.
How is it the freshman is the only one that got the message from the first half? If you look at the stat sheet, good things happen when you take the ball inside. That's one of the youngest players on their team. He's smart enough to figure it out.
12 points leading the way, Blumberg's. Coach Marley said in the pregame interview he was going to talk to Roberts before the game. It looks like the message was received.
Well, they got a mismatch that time. They got Frayer out there on the outside with Murray. Murray did some dipsy-do and dancing, got around Frayer, and he had a, next thing you know, he was reading the back of Murray's jersey and had to foul him from behind. And this is a nice ball handling here by Murray, twisting, turning, spinning, and gets right around Frayer, one of the Lopes' best defenders.
Murray hits the front end. 10-point Lopes lead.
One thing Freyer's going to have to get into that scouting report a little bit more. Know, KYP they call it. Know the personnel that you're going to be facing or may have to face. Murray's just 2 for 25 from behind the arc. You don't want to get up on Murray and give him space to be able to get around you.
Benson for three. That's off the mark. Vernon reaches up over, knocks it out. Inbound to Riverside. This is
full court pressure by the Lopes. Light pressure. Token pressure, they call it. Just see if we can get an easy steal on a silly pass.
Martin. Murray driving. Pulled down by Vernon.
Vernon with 5 boards.
Freyer's hurt. Freyer's going to try for three. Off the mark. Freyer is hobbled. Pick that off. Freyer's going to check out. Fifi Adu is going to come in. We'll keep our eye on Oscar Freyer.
I can't tell if he's got poked in the eye or what's going on, but quick hands there defensively and got pushed as he tried to go get that loose ball.
Freyer bent over at the waist. Lumbergs in and out. Pushed out by Vernon, up off the glass. Casey Benson got the hoop and the arm, and the good work by Keontae Vernon.
That time Casey Benson slid down from his perch out there at the top of the key and got in that painted area. Look at this one more time here. It's an outside shot by Blumberg. The only guy that's made a three tonight. And then, well, I guess Freyer's got one too. And then Casey Benson goes in there and gets himself an O-board and a little foul. I mean, we got accustomed to seeing Benson go down there and attacking amongst the trees in those first 4 games when the Lopes were off to that 4-0 start. Hadn't seen a whole lot of it against the Toreros, and not a whole lot here in the first half of this basketball game. So I really would hope that would give him some confidence to continue to go down in that painted area.
Josh Braun's going to take a seat. Shaq Carr in for Josh.
Yeah, hoping to get a lift off his bench. Got
Braun with 4 points.
Freyer goes up, and look when he comes down. It seems as though the defenders kind of slid up underneath Freyer to challenge that shot. Freyer landed on the defender's foot, twisting his ankle.
Martin loses the handle and goes out of bounds. 15:52 on the clock. 46-34. Here's the score. Let's send it over now to Kate Longworth.
Thank you, guys. I am joined by women's golf head coach Lauren Giuseppe and Deanna Salvatore, who's a senior star for the team. And let's start with you, Coach. A fantastic fall season. 4 top 5 finishes, capped off with a 2nd place finish at Rainbow Invitational in Hawaii. We didn't get our invitation for that. But how much improvement have you seen in the team?
This team is fantastic. I'm so excited about them. I've only been here a short 2.5 years, and they've really bought into our culture, what we want as a program. And for them to go out and play like that was just really, really special. It was awesome to watch.
We were joking. We wanted to broadcast the Hawaii tournament. That's such an experience. Yeah. First, take me through what it was like to do that, and of course, you finished off strong shot even par in Hawaii. Take me through that experience.
It was a really great experience, I think, for everybody. We had a lot of momentum going into it, and I think the fact that it was our last tournament of the fall, we have a lot more momentum going into the spring, so I have a really good feeling about next semester.
And as a senior, I know you're a leader out there, but I'm sure you started to reflect on your experience here at GCU. What has it been like?
It's really been unbelievable. I can't even imagine. Like 4 years ago, I couldn't even imagine me standing here right now, and I'm really blessed for the opportunity, to play for GCU Golf. I'm excited for where life brings me next, but I'm really excited to kick off the spring season with my team for one last time.
We wish you the best of luck, and we're taking a look right now at the spring schedule. You guys are eligible for the WAC Championship and NCAAs. What are some of your team goals?
Academically, to finish very well in the classroom, that's our #1 goal, and then obviously win conference and make regionals. It'll be our first postseason, and we're really excited to get there.
All right, well, we wish you the best of luck. If the fall season's any indication of what's to come, the sky's the limit.
Yes, we're very excited. Go Lopes.
All right, well, you hear it, guys. The Lopes across the boards in every athletic event. They are excited. They are NCAA tournament eligible, and already we're seeing how these sports teams are thriving and proving that they are worthy of this NCAA play.
No doubt. GCU Championship Golf Course, their home course. Oscar Freyer got hobbled on that 3, but it was probably a little bit before that as well. He runs right into Rosser.
He's sprinting out, looking back at the ball, and just collided. Collided with Rosser and doubled him up.
Up high. Oh, Fifi just couldn't climb high enough. Picks it up though. Benson. 15-14 on the shot clock. Parr. Fifi, they play catch. Inside. Back out. Benson, nice passing. Oh, just can't hit from 3. Rudy Diallo.
I don't know where this Lopes team would be right now without Blumbergs. I mean, he has been doing a little bit of everything. Inside damage, outside damage. Got 6 boards, a couple on the offensive end. Freshman's playing some basketball.
Diallo takes a seat with 3. Parr. Fifi. Back to Shaq. Inside, Benson. Back out, Parr. Driving into the paint, floater, oh, it rings out.
I like that drive, though, by Shaq Parr. Be aggressive. You're going to make a mistake or miss a shot. Do it being aggressive.
Highlanders haven't connected from the field in 2 minutes, 48 seconds and counting. Long distance for Dykstra off the mark. Blumberg's called.
No, I think they got that one on one of the Highlanders.
They got it on James Jackson.
Yeah, Jackson 25 down there, pushing up in the back. Nice hand there for Keontae Vernon. He'll get a little respite. Hard work at 5 minutes of action.
Labor in. Parr. Back to Fifi. 3. Long, but Benson's on the backside, picks it up. Fresh 30. Fifi driving back down low. Hey, hey, hey. Look at that player on the gear to this point, Roberts Blumbergs.
Yeah, Blumbergs finished strong. We see Kerwin Smith get spoon-fed by Shaq Parr. That time it was Fifi Adu finishing underneath. 14.7 boards for the young man. Showing out tonight. Look at this one more time here. Just takes a long pivot there. We call that the little kickstand right off of that right foot as your pivot, explode up, 2-hand finish. Make sure you get the 2.
Tuesday nights tonight downtown. Be sure to get your tickets to Tuesday night's BBVA Compass Valley of the Sun shootout at the Talking Stick Arena. Texas A&M and Arizona square off in that first game at 7. Then Chris Mullen and the St. John's Red Storm take on Dan Marley and the GCU Lopes in game number 2. Tickets can be purchased by going to Ticketmaster.com. Michael Potter, Tom Kuiper will be on hand to call all the action on the Fanatic, 1580 AM, 99.3 FM, 95.9 FM in the East Valley. There you see Mr. Kuiper on the left and Mr. Potter on the right.
These guys do a good job. The fans getting into it here. Lopes trying to pull away from this stubborn UC Riverside team. They have not gone quietly into the night. It hasn't been pretty basketball, but it's one of those games after coming off a loss. You don't care how you get a W, you just got to get a W.
Yeah, yeah. Some upcoming opponents playing real well. The Red Storm playing really good basketball. Great backcourt. Grambling knocks off Georgia Tech. Boise State shocks Oregon on their home court. I don't know how many games that was, like 47 straight at home against Casey Benson's former Oregon Ducks. Boise State knocks them off.
Yeah, that was, Boise State played a good game. They really did. They went in and they weren't intimidated.
GCU doing well in the paint, has the advantage, 26-12. Riverside 17 turnovers. While the Lopes have committed 4.
Yeah, Lopes taking care of the basketball. They're slinging up outside shots with reckless abandon. How about Blumberg? He had a career high against Norfolk State. He's tied that tonight with 14 points.
Driving it. Javon Brown put a stop to that drought that lasted close to 3 minutes.
Coach Marley screaming at the top of his lungs as his face turns red. Stop the ball. You can't let somebody drive from outside the three-point area uncontested to the front of your, to your rim.
A dude doesn't connect. The hits just keep coming.
Make it stop. Hey, make these outside shots stop, please.
Stop it.
I can't. To watch this type of basketball, it reminds me of watching poor youth basketball where these kids, all they want to do is be Steph Curry and James Harden and crack up threes. And they can't make one of them.
Benson.
Pound the ball inside.
Blumberg. Oh, he's been money from the arc, but now we're gonna have to find them. Okay, I guess we can't do that. They're gonna have to start running or something.
Well, I mean, I know Coach Marley, he was a three-point shooter. He doesn't want his team to pass up open looks. I get that. But you're open for a reason. We're packing it in the paint knowing you can't make an outside shot. Back down to a 10-point game. Here's James Jackson goes inside.
Fifi muscles his way in.
And little Mac truck that time. Fifi Adu taking it hard to the rack.
Jackson gave him everything he could handle without getting called.
And checking by Shaq Carr out there on the perimeter. Easy call for the ref. Look at this. Nice job by Shaq Carr. He is so unselfish, kicking that ball ahead. He's hit Frere a couple times. He's spoon-fed the bigs underneath. That time he hits one of his little mates. Turned into a big guy down there and finished amongst the trees. Nice job by Fifi Adu.
Sylvester to inbound.
Fifi's English getting pretty good too, isn't he?
Fifi?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He's solid.
Yeah.
His personality's coming out this year. It's great. Brown. Oh, turnover. Benson on the ground. Feeds it up to Shaq Carr. Carr. Underhand pass. Martin. Fifi. Here we go. Three.
Did he miss it?
Hey, you're being facetious now.
I am, because he just
Straight
went
to
inside
the moon, Alice.
for a hard-fought basket underneath and had some success. Why wouldn't you go back in there and explore that once again?
3 of 31. That doesn't go. Benson, drive. Ooh. Larson. Benson's called offensive foul. Little, just not in control though.
No, I mean, this team shooting 19 of 55. 16 of those 19 have come inside the arc. You're 16 of 24 going inside the painted area. It's fool's gold out there on that perimeter.
Brown to his right. Now to the left. Slices. Benson picked it off.
There's little doubt in my mind the Lopes are going to win this game. When they look at this tape, they're going to have to be real with themselves and say, what were we thinking?
Martin, Benson, Carr. 9-0, the edge in steals for the Lopes over the Highlanders. Fifi, 6-5, better do something. Fifi, careful, he's just going to heave it up there. Ironically from the arc.
Well, it was a nice job that time by the Highlanders. Yep. They played really good defense there for 30 seconds. And they got the shot that they want the Lopes to shoot. Don't do damage to us down here in the painted area where we got a soft underbelly. Stay out there on the outside where we got a nice, hard, thick shell.
Larson swarmed by Laver and Martin. Larson turning. Jackson. Jackson trying to muscle his way. Oh, weird pass. Good touch by the front row.
I tell you, the Lopes aren't missing threes. The Highlanders are throwing the ball into the stands.
If you got a courtside seat, you got to keep your head in the game. 50-38, Lopes on top over the Highlanders. 10:56 to go, second half. Here on Your View.
GCU offers offers more than 200 innovative programs across 9 colleges, which now include cutting-edge next-generation programs in engineering, computer science, and information technology. Grand Canyon University, the quality of a private Christian education, the affordability of a state university. Visit gcu.edu.
Hello, Phoenix. This is Jerry Colangelo from Grand Canyon University. You can join the GCU community by enrolling as an evening student at our beautiful campus in the heart of Phoenix. Earn your bachelor's, master's, or doctoral degree to take your career to the next level. Engage with industry expert instructors and get the support you need to excel. I look forward to seeing you on campus.
Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Visit gcu.edu/evening.
Welcome back, and this is what's ahead for the Lopes on Tuesday. It is a neutral site as Chris Mullins St. John's goes up against Dan Marley's Lopes over at Talking Stick Arena. And if you're not able to make it to the action, I know the Havocs will have a big contingency there, but if you can't catch the action in person, try to tune into the Fanatic 5080 AM or 99.3. Kuiper and Potter will guide you through that game. Then the Lopes are back in action here on Saturday, and you can find all the action right here on your view against Grambling State, who's coming off a big upset over Georgia Tech. Then on the 11th, back here as well against North Carolina Central before the Lopes hit the road on the 13th at Boise State before coming back here for a couple on the 18th and 21st against Mississippi Valley State and Longwood. And then one more neutral site, guys, on the 27th at Orleans Arena in Vegas against Morgan State.
Going to Vegas. Lope Vegas. That'll be seen on your view. Carr. Penetrating backdoor. Fire! Vapor trail.
Yeah, he let, I think he's healthy again. The Highlanders know that he was attacking that basket with some strength, ferocity. Nice job there with the dish. Was that Shaq Carr once again?
Yeah.
How many times has Shaq Carr spoon-fed somebody along that baseline who's finished with a dunk? Oh, don't jump, you'll end up on my poster.
So the Lopes are at about a 66.7% clip with twos. With threes, not so good, 9.7%. I think I'd stay with the two. Twos are good.
Yeah, I hate beating a dead horse. But they absolutely have to go inside for the rest of this game, salt this thing away.
Waiver called.
Yeah, put all the three-point shots in the bag for the next game. And maybe you'll be hot next game.
Yeah.
You don't have to try to prove a point tonight when you haven't got it.
Damari Milstead in the game. Harrison with a double-double in the game. Lopes lead in turnovers. 5-21 for Riverside. Points off at turnovers 28-2. Second chance points 20-2. Martin, ooh, he tried to find Milstead and Warner. They're outscoring the Highlanders 28-16 in the paint. 10-0 on the fast break, and they, as I mentioned, 9-0 in the steals category. So some of the numbers looking good. It's just that three-point percentage taking a hit. Rosser. Knocked it out of bounds. 8 on the shot clock. Milstead, 6. Frayer, not there. Grabbed by Rosser, but picked off. Jared Martin off the glass is fouled by Rosser. Rosser is out. That's his 5th personal foul. He DQ'd.
You know, Rosser was giving them all that he could tonight. He got 8 points on 3 or 4 shoots. He got a couple boards, a couple hustle plays, but like most of the Highlanders, he didn't have his A game tonight. I don't know whether it's the Havocs, the fans, the band, the atmosphere here for this Riverside's team. Has never been able to get on track.
Rosser out. Coming in, Flippin.
This is a tough venue to play in. They play especially some of the smaller schools that don't pack arenas. They're not used to the noise.
It's
the
a little loud
boisterous crowd. No, it's a fun factory. They've been revved up. They haven't had basketball on campus for a week, so they brought their A game. The Hatters have behind us. They have been off the chain. I think they got a fence behind them now to try to keep them in, but it has not stopped their voices at all. Work clear, up 13, and now they're full court pressure here.
Can't stop them. They're just trying to contain them, I guess. Murray. Lopes got a hand on it. Milstead, bounce pass. Oh, he looked for Freyer, his Moreau Catholic high school teammate. Went out of bounds. So belonged to Lopes.
Well, that goes back to one of those hustle plays. You know, to get the deflection sometimes is all that's needed for one of your teammates to pick up the steal. I'm not quite sure who got that deflection. There was a lot of hands, but the Lopes have been handsy tonight. Got a lot of hands on a lot of balls.
11 steals for the Lopes. Vernon back in. The Labor. Milstead. Clark. Bounce pass. Freyer. In the paint. Floater. In and out. Pulled down by Larson. Martin quickly up for Flippin. Back out. Larson leaves it there for Murray. Murray looking for some room. Kicks out from the wing. Flippin. Pulled down by Freyer.
Always tough when you just get into a game. You have to fire up a three. And going back into that little 2-3 zone. Knowing the Lopes can't find a basket from outside. You're going to try to force them out on that perimeter.
Season high 11 steals for GCU. Martin back to Carr. Leaves it there for Freyer. Beyond the arc. Ooh. Tried to get it for Vernon. Picked off. Flippin. Benson quickly up off the bench at the scorer's table. Martin. Out. Careful. Freyer over to Shaq Carr. Milstead. Left hand pass over to Freyer on the near side. Back out to Shaq Carr. Approaching 8 minutes here to go in the second half.
That's nice. You didn't have your break. So now you settle down. Now you run your press offense here, your half court rather zone offense.
Milstead!
Oh, finally found somebody off that punt that can knock down a three.
Milstead getting some extended minutes now. Larson. Inside, Larson trying to turn. Looks for Dykstra, lost the handle, and Freyer going to be called.
Yeah, that was a nice pass by Larson underneath, little big action there, and Oscar Freyer reaching down low, picks up his 4th personal foul.
57-41 the score. Barry Butel, Scott Williams, Kate Longwood, so glad you could join us here this evening from GCU Arena. Well, the fence is right behind us, and they have come with some defense tonight.
Yeah, the defense has been good. They've forced a number of steals like you just mentioned. They've gotten their hands on balls. They've got deflections. They're doing a really nice job getting their trap established early, which has forced a lot of errant passes. There's another deflection and a steal. And they've used those opportunities off of those turnovers to power themselves to 28 points in this game. They've also used some of the other things. Sometimes when you just get a steal, you get a deflection, you start going the other way. Now there's a mismatch. So even if you don't score the first time, you get an offensive rebound, maybe a second chance points. They got 20 second chance points to just 2 second chance points for the Highlanders. So nice job, everybody getting involved. That was an emphasis, getting back to our identity. They're not an offensive team. They're not built to outscore teams. We don't have a guy like a Dwayne Russell that can put up 40 points. Maybe Josh Braun, if he gets extremely hot, can go for 30 plus, but they got to do it defensively and collectively.
Lopes leading in steals now 11-1, blocks 4-1. Islanders out rebounding the Lopes 36-31. 7:27 to go, and here in the second half. The Lopes looking to improve to 5-1. Highlanders have lost a couple. Lost against the Michigan Wolverines, and then they lost by 2, 57-55 to Pacific on Thursday evening.
Yeah, and don't forget, that game against Pacific, they were down by 19 points. Came back to tie that game up. So they're used to playing from behind. So just because it's a 16-point advantage with 7:27 to play, you're not going to see any quit out of this Riverside team. They're going to keep digging, keep fighting and scrapping and clawing until that final buzzer blows.
Martin, just 2 points for the Highlanders. Dikembe Martin came in leading the team with 12.3 points per game.
Yeah, he's second in the team in rebounding as well. It just hasn't been his night. It makes me wonder. I mean, when he's playing sometimes in some of these smaller venues that don't have playing in Pacific, they may not be used to playing in front of 8,000 people screaming and yelling.
Bagster connects. Lead is 14. Freya. Back out. Benson looks inside to Martin. Back out. Milstead. Milstead driving, kicks out. Martin wants 3.
Martin's running with his basketball, attacking inside. Look at that.
Oh, Dykstra left hand.
Amazing. You get a couple free throws, and your next shot makes it so much easier.
Martin, back to Benson. Benson, Martin. Martin's going to drive. Backhand, oh, good gracious. Beautiful pass by Jared Martin.
Yeah, he took the ball and wrapped it around Larson like he was an oak tree and threw it to his buddy underneath the other side of that tree.
Go low. Martin, Larson, hands it off, Murray. Murray, back out, Martin quickly, in the corner, flipping, rings out, open look for 3. Milstead, 6 minutes to go. Driving. Sure that was the best choice to make.
Now, he kind of got tripped up. His feet got entangled underneath. He never had any balance. Instead of traveling, he just tried to throw something up in the rim.
Inside, Larson trying to twist and turn. Flipping. Ooh, close. Larson got a hand on it to Jared Martin. Turnover quickly to Murray Milstead off the glass.
Wow, Casey Benson caught that ball in the air, and his body was all cockeyed, and still was able to get the ball over to Milstead running down that right side. Well, that's a heck of a play by a senior guard.
Timeout on the floor. Lopes on top of the Highlanders, 61-45. Milstead with 5 points in 6 minutes.
Look at Martin. He wraps that ball right around Larson. He never saw it coming, and then I love this one here. After Casey Benson got the benefit, he said, okay, I giveth, I also will receive, I'll give it away over here. And Murray Milstead, who got caught in a bad way the time before, gets himself an easy 2.
The GCU women's basketball team returns home from a 2-game road trip to Florida, including last night's double OT victory over the Owls from FAU. For a Thursday night home game against the 49ers from Long Beach State. The Lopes welcome back Bree Mobley to the lineup after she hurt her foot earlier this season. They hope to have her back to full strength, playing well against Long Beach State. Come out and support the Lopes. If you can't be here in person, well then tune into your view or online at gcu.tv. Starting at 6:30, Kate will have the Lopes pregame show. Scott and I will be along for game 2 on your view. It's the first one with Duke, and they play Duke real tough.
Yeah, Betty White's in the house.
Oh, yeah.
Somebody brought Betty. Good picture of number 42, Jared Martin on that vine. Taking a little breather. He was out here working hard in the second half. How about Casey Benson? Got a career-high 10 rebounds against San Diego. He's got a career-high 4 steals tonight here against UC Riverside. Something about those California teams he likes.
Flipping inside, Dykstra. Benson. Casey Benson. Fourth on Casey. Yeah, Jess Gajewski from the women's basketball team closing in on 1,000 points. Lethal from the arc.
Yeah,
she should maybe stop by and show how these guys ought to do it.
She's like a wolf in sheepskin because she looks like she would not hurt a fly out there, but then she's a straight assassin. If you leave her open from behind that arc, she'll make you pay.
Carr brings it up. Approaching 5 minutes to go. Gardner was right. Quickly, Benson, he wants three.
Got to get back.
Everyone wants something. I want a Ferrari, and I know I can't get it. Okay, guys?
Nice move by Jackson there.
Oh, look at that.
Martin got one in from behind the arc. Coach Marley, he didn't like the rotation there defensively that time. I don't think it had anything to do with the shot on this end. He didn't like the fact his team gave open a wide open three where a guy had a chance to get the seams right on the basketball before he even shot it.
Casey Benson, 30 minutes of action, 10 points, 3 rebounds, 6 assists.
Yeah, we mentioned the 4 steals, which is a new career high. I love he goes in there and gets those steals, always got his head on a swivel and looking up for guys. They're not afraid to go down the floor, first to the floor that time, getting that turnover. I love this one right here. He just went all the way down and laid that thing in with the offhand, thinks the passer with the other hand. They're doing a good job tonight. 10 points, as you mentioned, 6 assists. And when things start getting a little dicey sideways and breaking shots, giving up easy buckets inside, he was that force there that started getting those deflections, those steals that pushed it back up to a 15, 16-point advantage. But now, a couple of the turnovers, a missed 3, an easy bucket on the other end. Like I said, this Riverside team will not go away. They do not score board watch. They will keep coming. Good job that time. Flipping, yeah, he hasn't been able to get a shot down. He's 0 for 3, but giving up your bodies for the mates always put a smile on the coach's face.
Josh Braun checks in.
Look at the turnovers. 24 for Riverside. That's why they are well behind, 10, 11 points behind. GCU, which they've had games where they've had 20-plus turnovers. They're doing a good job taking care of the ball.
Martin off the mark. Benson picks it up. Josh just 4 points. 21 minutes for the Lopes.
See, this is the problem with this zone now. They have an 11-point lead here with 4 minutes to go. You need to speed this game up. The Lopes will be content to work, 22, 26 seconds off of that shot clock before they shoot.
Down low, Keontae Vernon. Back out, Blumbergs loses it. Flip it. Dikembe Martin stops. Floater finds its way in.
He's one of the smallest guys on the floor, and he went in that paint, got himself 2 points. 9-point game.
Stronger on the ball, no doubt. Needed for Blumbergs. Down low, Vernon going to float it short. Pulled down by James Jackson. Lopes have gone cold the last 2 minutes, 11 seconds without a bucket. Murray for 3. Rebound Braun.
Lopes needed that stop right there. They didn't want to have the pressure of having this be a 7 or even a 6-point game. Los Marley been loosening up his tie. They didn't get that stop defensively.
Under 3 minutes to go. Braun pulled down. Blumbergs wants 3 from the corner. Rebound. Good work there by flipping off of Braun. He was cornered. Timeout on the floor. 2:48 to go here in the second half. Lopes holding on to a 9-point lead over UC Riverside here at GCU Arena.
at GCU studying hospitality management. Since the program started, it's already grown so much. There's so many opportunities for students to be able to learn outside of the classroom. We have the golf course, we have the hotel, the restaurant. My professors are industry professionals. It makes me feel comfortable knowing that I'm being trained in relevant information. When you graduate from GCU with a hospitality degree, people know that you're prepared. I think it makes you better equipped to handle any situation. It makes you more valuable, especially here in Phoenix when there's so many opportunities. The best part about being a GCU student is just the fact that I'm in a community where everyone supports me and everyone wants to see me succeed. One of the things I love about GCU is just the importance they place on servant leadership. I serve in the children's ministry, teaching Sunday school. It's incredibly rewarding. GCU is helping me find my purpose.
Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Private, Christian, affordable. Visit gcu.edu.
Welcome back. This is how the competition looks for the Lopes as we take a trip around the WAC. UTRGV coming up in a nail-biter finish at Rice, 69-67 the final there. Meanwhile, in action at halftime right now, though, NAU up at Cal State Bakersfield. It's a 4-point game. Northern Illinois winning to Chicago State and took the victory 95-77, a final there. And in the second half, just over a minute to go, Utah Valley has the lead, but it's a close one over USCA. Meanwhile, big congrats to New Mexico State guard Zach Lobson. He was named the WAC Player of the Week, averaging about 24 points and 8 boards. The Aggies are in action tomorrow hosting Prairie View A&M. And then the big game you'll see here, St. John's, Grand Canyon. It's a neutral site at Talking Stick Resort Arena, but if the Havocs have their way, they will try to make it home court advantage. You can catch the action on ESPNU, or we want to remind you, tune in to the Fanatic, 99.3 FM, 1580 AM, and you can catch all the action Tuesday night for the Lopes at Talking Stick Arena.
Dikembe Martin, right hand, short.
Yeah, I think we got a foul underneath there on Larson. He was pushing on Keontae Vernon. Keontae Vernon kind of held his breath for a second. Like, oh no, don't tell me you got me again. This time it was not Vernon, and they got Larson. I think that was Larson's second personal foul. I think that Larson's first personal foul, so no real danger of him fouling out. But this zone is, it's stopping the Lopes from scoring, but it's also letting GCU chew precious seconds off that game clock.
Benson and Frayer each with 4 personal fouls on the floor. Benson content to just stand and dribble. Quickly now they move 7. Braun for 3. That's short. Pick back out Braun. Underneath, going to get back out to Benson.
That was a big offensive rebound. Now Riverside coming up out of that zone and having to foul.
Coach was like,
I don't think they want to foul. That's going to be side out of bounds. I think that's just a 6th team foul. Make that the 7th. So it will be 1-1 for Casey Benson at the line in a 9-point game, just under 2 to play. Missed it.
Larson.
Stress here for the Lopes. You still need that stop.
Martin flashes, down low, heavy, loose ball Braun. Just stone cold are the Highlanders, 3:47 counting between buckets. Otherwise, they'd be right in it. The Lopes aren't shooting well either.
Foul called on the Highlanders, number 15, Dikembe Martin. 4th personal, 18 foul.
Martin called his 4th. Josh just hasn't found the groove here.
Yeah, he's normally money from the free throw line, but really struggling this season.
Flipping for 3, short. Martin's there. They're going to foul him. Larson's going to be called for the foul. 2nd.
Off night for the Mariners. Couldn't get going, 1 of 9 from the field. Just 2 of 5 from the free throw line. I mean, he's done some other things. 7 boards, a couple good defensive plays. but you know, it's not the scoring output that we're used to seeing from Josh Braun. First of all, not enough shots. No. Talked about that in the pregame show. He's getting less than 12 shots a game. He should be getting that somewhere consistently in that 15.5 to 17 field goal attempts per basketball game, and I think this Lopes team will be clicking on all cylinders.
It's got to be the beard.
Oh, you want him to shave his beard for
Yep.
change luck?
Throwing his balance off. Anyone can see that. Not there. Larson rebound, right hand hook and in.
To 8. 1:09 to play.
Braun swarmed. Who they got?
Yeah, take your pick. It was either Flippin or Murray over there in that double team. They tried to get the trap, but this is one more time here. This, Larson gets that right shoulder turn, left shoulder turn to a right hand hook, something he's done tens of thousands of times, and able to get that one down. So he's got 12 points, and he's in double figures. One of the few players in double figures, and as you mentioned, 15 strong rebounds, and got himself a nice double-double.
Ten-point Lopes lead. With 1 minute remaining.
1 minute remaining in the second half.
Murray off the glass.
James Murray.
It's the press quickly. Benson. Fouled by Larson.
Foul ball on the Highlanders, number 21, Alex Larson.
Third on Larson.
Third personal. Casey Benson to shoot 2.
Jerry Colangelo.
I think JC's happy right now with what he's seeing. He knows his team has got a lot of work to do.
Ecstatic.
Very happy with the defensive effort, I suppose. A couple buckets here down the stretch they probably would like to have stops on, but offensively right now this team is still got to figure out a way to get it in gear. You're going to mix in the inside and the outside. It's got to be a good blend. It's too heavy, too heavy on the outside. It's like, I make soups. If you put too much celery in the soup, you ruin the soup. You put too much salt or that bouillon, you put too much of that in it, you ruin the soup. You got to have just the right ingredients of everything to kind of blend itself together to make the best soup. Right now, they're not making good soup.
You make soup?
I'm gonna bring you some soup. You want some soup?
Well, just be careful with the celery.
Yeah, I'm looking for celery.
You see that? That was a big play. Benson all alone. Wheels up.
Well, something for these fans to cheer about here in the second half, and everybody will be leaving here happy with the win. But finally, something exciting on the offensive end. Big time block on the defensive end sparks the offense. Look at this one more time. Martin funneling him right to the big man. Keontae Vernon says, "You shall not pass." And then they're off and run on the other end. Look at Oscar Frere. From deep, just spikes it through. It's like he was mad at the rim.
Career high 4 blocks for Keontae Vernon. Martin. Long 3. In and out. Frere above the rim to pull that down.
Yeah, coach has told his team, fall back, no more fouling. We can't win this one. We're down 12. Just a few ticks left on the clock. Lopes won't be happy with the way they played, but they'll take this win, sock it in with the other 4, try to get a little bit better before Tuesday.
Frere's going to hang on to it, and the Lopes are going to win it to improve to 5-1 on the season. Lopes win 68-56. Great job defensively. Great job converting off of turnovers. As the Lopes improve to 5-1, coming up, St. John's from Talking Stick Arena in downtown Phoenix. We're going to step aside for a moment. We'll be back with head coach Dan Marley's post-game press conference. You won't want to miss that. And we'll be back with our game highlights and final stats. All that and more coming up from GCU Arena after the Lopes win it 68-56.
Founded on the belief that the entrepreneurial dream is an engine that drives innovation forward in a global marketplace, the Colangelo College of Business educates and develops values-driven business leaders. Our graduates exemplify the principles of servant leadership and entrepreneurship. GCU's strong Christian identity informs the education you receive, integrating our Christian values with the business curriculum. The college features more than 25 programs from the bachelor through the master's level, catering to traditional, evening, and online students. These programs serve a diverse set of aspiring business professionals who not only learn in the classroom, but gain real-world experience operating actual businesses. Our students also receive unique access to Jerry Colangelo's legendary experience, leadership, and connections throughout the business world. Find out more at gcu.edu/business.
I am Laura Lozoya, and I am majoring in biology with an emphasis in pre-med at Grand Canyon University. The dorm life at GCU definitely helped me build relationships, and I've made great friends on this campus. The quality education here is great. You're testing your limits, but you're going beyond them. It all comes together. The sciences, the ethics, and just everything. It's a beautiful thing.
Grand Canyon University, the quality of a private Christian education, the affordability of a state university. Visit gcu.edu.
68-56 the final score as the Lopes improved to 5-1 in the season. UC Riverside drops to 2-5 as the Lopes are victorious here on their home court with the students returning back. There was a lot of good. There was a little bit of bad, and usually was right from the arc. That was pretty much the big story as far as the negativity of this big win.
Yeah, 35 threes. Jeez. That's too many for this Lopes team. They're not that good as shooters where they need to crack up 35 threes. And rather when they're in their attack mode, going to the basket, dishing to the bigs down low, doing the little floaters, getting fouled, getting to the free throw line. They'll figure out that balance as the season unfolds.
Our player of the game, how about Roberts Blumberg's 14 points, 7 rebounds.
I like the way this kid had a little moxie. There wasn't a whole lot going on in that first half, and he knocked down 2 threes from behind the arc. I think he added another one and got inside, got on the glass. But, you know, for a big to be able to have the confidence to put the ball on the floor and penetrate inside, that's really impressive. And then developing that upper body strength to be able to power the ball home with a defender hanging on you. He did a nice job tonight. That's why he's player of the game.
Lopes showing a little bit of depth, thankfully. We've talked about the depth on the bench throughout the course of this early part of the season. Some players a little off. Josh Braun a little bit off. This was a little odd game for Josh.
It was an odd game for Josh, but he's got to have to realize he's going to have nights like this, and he's going to have to figure out other ways to impact the game. I thought he did a good job on the boards tonight. Yeah. He got his hands on a number of deflections and steals, and I knew that hustle game would be a big part of how they'd win this basketball game. I didn't think they'd shoot so poorly from the outside, but they won the hustle game, and a lot of that had to do with Josh Braun and Fifi Adu and Shaq Carr, a lot of those guys, Jared Martin, getting their hands, and Casey Benson really getting those steals.
Well, before we travel in to hear from head coach Dan Marley, let's revisit Scott Williams' 3 keys to tonight's game.
Well, you keep them outside, and I think for the most part they did a decent job with that, and they had a number of opportunities where they were just throwing the ball around the perimeter because they did keep them outside. They gave them nothing inside, just 4 of 11 shooting. The Lopes, of course, they stayed outside too much themselves, and then hit the boards. I thought they did a nice job when they had opportunities to get rebounds, but you can't get rebounds if a team turns it over 24 times. So that's that double-edged sword. Yeah, they lost the battle of the boards, but they took care of the basketball better, and I think that's why. And then they just won. You talk about blocks, deflections, loose balls, first to the floor. I had them for 5 first to the floors. The offensive rebounds, I think they did a good job on the offensive boards as well. Drawing charges, stepping in the lane. I counted a couple opportunities where Lopes players either stepped in and took the charge or tried to attempt to do that. So, I think they definitely won the hustle game tonight.
Yeah, Oscar Freire, again, in a couple of highlight plays in the game. He had 11 points, he had 4 rebounds, ran into a Highlander, then he kind of came down on somebody else's foot when he was attempting a 3, but he came back with that vengeance on the last shot.
Yeah, I think he's okay the way he slammed that thing home.
Let's send it in to head coach Dan Marley's post-game press conference.
All right. Good win. Like I told you guys, anytime you go 4 for 36 from 3 and win, did something right. I thought activity-wise we were good. We forced 24 turnovers. We were aggressive. Had a couple laps, but for the most part, we played hard. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, moved the ball well, had 20 assists, saw zone, just wide open threes, not making them. I don't know. I mean, just something we got to keep working on. So it's a good win. We'll take it, and then we'll move on for Tuesday. Tuesday's going to be hard. Yeah, I mean, they were crashing the boards. I thought Keontae did well. He's got to continue to get better on the stupid fouls. I mean, he makes one foul on a free throw where he reaches around a guy and undercuts another guy in a box out. He's got to stay on the floor. I mean, he's too good for us to continue to get in foul trouble. Some of the communication still was bad on our defenses, but we did play hard. We did crash the boards, but, I mean, when you go 4 for 36, you better crash the boards. We had 16 offensive rebounds. We probably should have 26 with the many shots we missed. But, the energy was there. I was happy with it. I thought Shaq came in and gave us some good minutes. But, what can you say? We got to win. We needed it.
When they're cold, do you think they're looking for other things enough to post or driving?
Well, it's the first time we've seen a zone, and we don't really have a post game. We don't. I mean, I tried to get the ball into their alley. Roberts is not very tough down there, so for us, our post game's non-existent right now. Keontae's really not a post guy. He's more a face up and go. We tried to get it in the middle, tried to get some penetration. Every time we got penetration and dumped it off, Kerwin had a few finishes. Kerwin's not a post-up guy as far as making moves down in the zone, so we got to do a better job of penetrating the gaps, finding people, and hell, I mean, we were wide open threes, man. I mean, against the zone, that's why they play a zone. I mean, we got into the gaps and we kicked it. I mean, 4 for 36, and like I said, they were wide open. So, I mean, you got to just jump up and shoot and make them. You should fall into 10 shots out of 36, I would think.
In the post, though, Roberts had one move in particular where he kind of bullied a guy and got low.
Yeah, he's got to get better at it. I keep telling him he's got to get stronger, and I called him in my office today. I said, it's time, man. You're way too talented to be playing the way you've been playing. I've given you a long leash as far as starting. It's time to get better, and it's time for everybody to get better. I thought Jared came in defensively and did what he usually does, had a few mistakes early, but it's time for our guys to start playing. I mean, started practicing early. We went to Spain. We've been together for quite a while now, and Casey's got to play better. Josh has got to figure it out. I mean, if he's not making shots, he might as well not be out there. He's got to do a better job, and he'll figure it out, but it's in his head now too, his free throws and his shot. These guys just got to get in the gym and work at it. Well, we've been pretty good defensively. Last game we weren't tough enough down the stretch. But I think, our focus from here on in is going to be defense because, if we didn't play good defense tonight, we lose by 15. We can't shoot the ball like that and not play defense. So we're going to have to hang our hat on defense and rebounding and causing turnovers and getting out and running and getting easy layups. Because right now we can't shoot the ball.
You guys don't lock room at half 2 of 20 from 3, and you come out and Oscar hits 3 right off the bat. Did you tell them to keep taking those shots?
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to tell them. There came a time when there's maybe, Fifi took 2 threes in a row. I said, we're done now. No more threes. I mean, no more threes unless it's a shot clock and you're wide open because we're not making them. The last thing you want to do is tell them, okay, don't shoot it because, it starts messing with their psyche. But, I mean, when you're like 2 for 30, then you got to say, okay, stop looking for a 3. You got to start penetrating and get it maybe off a drive and a kick. So, it's a fine line. They're so wide open and you want guys to have confidence. But there comes a time where if you're 4 for 30 or whatever you are, you got to stop shooting threes.
Talking about that fine line, what are you going to do practice-wise the next couple of days when you want that confidence to still be there, but obviously they need to get the ball for shots to fall?
I told them we're going to have tomorrow off, but, if I was any one of those guys, I wouldn't take tomorrow off. I'd be in the gym shooting. It's that simple. When I came in the league, I wasn't a shooter. I worked on it. Just old-fashioned work. Get in the gym and work on your shot. Some of these guys work on it, some of them don't. Just got to find your confidence and work on your shot because you'll be seeing a lot of teams zoning us and giving us that 3 because if they watch this game, that's what they're going to do.
What do you think they're doing defensively to get their hands on balls?
Just good job. We're switching a lot. which is really good because we're very aggressive. And we got athletes out there. I think that's one of our strengths. That's why we're hanging our hat on defense. I mean, Keontae can move. Oscar's very good. Fifi. Guys can move, and they're strong. So they're just doing a good job of getting into passing lanes and pressuring. And we do a pretty good job, for the most part, protecting the rim.
You guys had some good help defense, too, when the offense was getting out.
Yeah, I mean, we don't want any layups. I mean, we gave up a few, but we want to protect the rim, have them kick it out, and then recover. And we worked on that all week too, so it was a little better. But we got. No, it's just basic basketball. You know, when the ball's away from you, you get off it, and you just protect the paint first and work your way out. So we got guys that have been here for 5 years. They don't understand that yet, but they're trying to figure it out. Yeah, I'm done with his potential. I tell him all the time, you're pretty good. You're way too good to be playing the way you are. So I called him in my office before the game. I said, I'm about done, man. It comes time, you got to start playing, or I got to move on. I got to start playing somebody else, because it starts affecting the locker room if I keep giving him minutes and he's not doing anything. And it's not like, you know, shoot around, he's not very good. Practices, he'll hit shots, but he's real cool. You know, the worst thing about him is he got that big smooth. That's what they call him, big smooth. Well, you can be big smooth, but you better be good. You can't be smooth and bad. So I told him, it's time, man. It's time. Your potential is going to get me fired. I ain't getting fired because of your potential. So it's about time that you start playing. And then he had a better night tonight, but he's got it. And I know he's a freshman, but, you know, he came in here, and I told him if he plays well, he's going to start. And he's been starting. It's time for him to pick it up, because he's better than that. He's better.
What are you anticipating with Tuesday's matchup?
Pain. No, St. John's is really good, man. They got some really athletic guards. They're long. They block shots. They get up and trap. It's going to be a really good experience for some of us. But, you know, we'll play well. I think we'll play well. We usually play well against good teams and against big teams. So it'll be exciting for our guys playing in the NBA arena. But it's going to be tough. They're good, really good. Gracias.
Oh, we appreciate head coach Dan Marley. He anticipates a little bit of pain.
Well, that's from the Rocky movie, right? Clubber Lane?
Yeah.
Pain. Mr. T. I love
they have
that.
a very strong backcourt in Pons and love it. How about our final stats of this one? A big Lopes victory, by the way. 68-56. Field goal shooting, not real strong. Threes, well, not very strong at all. Turnovers, wow, 24 turnovers for Riverside, just 8 for the Lopes. Steals, 12-2, the Lopes in the margin there. Fast break points, 14-2. Get this stat. Josh had made a 3 in 21 straight games, 0 for 7 tonight. Wow. GCU men's basketball welcomes the Grambling State Tigers, fresh off a big win against Georgia Tech last night, to the Valley of the Sun right here next Saturday. The Southwestern Athletic Conference members are led by point guard Ivy Smith Jr., who leads the Tigers in scoring and assists. Watch all of the action on your view and online at GCU.TV, starting with Kate and the pregame show at 6:30. That'll do it from here at GCU Arena, where the Lopes beat UC Riverside 68-56. Please join Michael Potter and Tom Kuiper on 1580 The Fanatic, 99.3 FM, or tune into ESPNU this Tuesday evening when the Lopes take on St. John's from Talking Stick Arena, downtown Phoenix. But for now, for Kate Longworth, Scott Williams, and our entire crew, I'm Barry Buchel, wishing you a wonderful Saturday night.